end of the week, and here we are with DCU Daily. Welcome, one and all, to this wonderful show we have. Thank God it's Friday. So, with all of that, of course, the first thing that we must get into, box office report. We got some stuff to really talk about in terms of that, so that's gonna be fun. And then we have a bit of MCU Weekly, not a ton, not like yesterday. Ooh, that was a lot, but we do have brand new day stuff to talk about. Do have Avengers to talk about. That's a lot of fun. Lizz is back, and she's talking about 700,000 movies, so that's gonna be fun too. And I have opinion on one of them, kind of two, but mainly one of them because it was another movie I saw today, so you're going to get a sneak peek at that. And then we have our quick hits, and then DCU news. DC quick hits. Lots of... I think the quick hits are very, very good today. Thank you, Dan, for picking out wonderful things for DC quick hits. I thank you for that, and I think the world and the chat will thank you for that. And then, of course, more Summer of Supergirl. It's going up now. It's kind of coming back down, and we will talk about that. So that's gonna be, this is gonna be a tough couple weeks, isn't it? Anyway, let's just roll. Let's get this party started. Take us out, Ryan.
It doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number two.
All right, Mr. I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding.
You're
kidding. I can't open the envelope without the...
Warner Brothers is heading back into the Matrix with a new movie in the works.
Wonder what other surprises are in store.
I want to be Bruce Wayne.
I like that. You're gonna love me.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see
right there.
You look ridiculous.
Well, not no more, he don't.
What, dude? I can barely understand you. Your accent's insane.
What the needs now?
Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. Wow.
Hell yeah. Let's go. I'm the host with the most. Hello, John. Lovely to see you all. Dan, get in here. How are you doing today on this wonderful Friday? Tired, I assume. I'm tired. We're all tired.
Yeah, I just took a nap earlier. By the way, wouldn't it be like take us in, Ryan? Because it's not like we're ending the show. Anyway, it's fine.
It's just
Semantics, Dan. Semantics.
It's fine. It's fine.
Hi,
We're
Liz.
going out of the welcome to the show and into the news. So we're going out of that. It's fine. Just don't think about it too hard. I'm tired.
Everything will be
okay?
fine. Everything will be fine.
I got bitches in my fucking group chat being like, "Oh, can you like give me a dissertation why this movie is good or bad?" It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to think about it. So don't fucking bother me. Okay? God damn, I had to close
Hey, you
out.
got
of
bitches in
Facebook
your
'cause I'm
DMs,
like, I'm
sliding in
not
your
dealing with
DMs,
that
John.
shit.
Hey.
Yeah,
Dealing with that.
Anyway, and you, CC Black is there. Hi. If Supergirl comes under the Marvels, James would have to get called to the office.
What's that?
The office
Come
of
on.
David Zaslav, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Well,
the
you
guy
know
who's
what? We'll
not going to
talk
be
about that later.
CEO and for the next like by next year. Yeah.
We'll see. Hey, Monique is here. Fantastic Friday. Greek chicken tenders, Greek asparagus and Mediterranean style chickpea, tomato, and cucumber
Hell yes.
salad.
I'm here for
you
it,
know,
Monique.
What we
Girl.
need to do, I need to go through the archives of the show, and I need to pick out every single like one of these, like what Monique did on a particular day, and then we can build out a restaurant menu with that.
Yeah,
And then
we
that
need like
could
a
be,
menu
We can
or
make
like
our
a
own-
or like
we
a
can
meal
make-
plan, like a weekly meal plan
Yeah.
based on Monique's.
Like that would
so
be
good.
Marvelous meals. Boom. Cookbook idea. We got to drop some contracts, but you know, we can make,
Let's
we can
make it
work.
happen.
It's fine.
Let's make it happen.
Also, hello enterprising. Yes, Liz is going to talk about that on the Liz at the Movies part of the show, so don't you worry about that. And then yes, I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I think it'll be
I'm excited.
at the most a pretty good time. It's
Yeah,
just, you
Supergirl,
know,
yeah.
all the fucking incels and dorks are gonna be like, oh, see, it sucks because
Yes.
a woman is
Heaven forbid a woman leaves the house and does anything of note. What
yeah.
a shame.
I mean,
God
it's
forbid if she doesn't
Oh.
smile and you know.
well, at
Thank
least
you,
you
John.
enjoyed Toy Story. I was gonna say we'll talk about it in detail because look, it's not all doom and gloom necessarily because projections can only take you so far, and we have seen movies overperform projections pretty consistently this year.
correct.
Like there were like 3 other movies you talked about this year already that overperformed their projections because like you know Saturday to Sunday
I
did
mean,
better than people
I
expected.
partially
So,
blame DC
uh,
for like making it the week after a fucking Toy Story movie and the week before a Minions movie. So,
Yeah.
you know,
do I-
timing
do-
not great.
John,
I
am
will say though,
wrong?
their marketing still has been better than I feel better than Toy Story, better than Minions.
Oh,
So I
well,
don't know.
because they need to throw it in your face a lot more because people already know about Toy Story. It's gonna have a build wider. I think that's
Yeah.
they need to work harder, and they have, and hopefully that will pay off. I was gonna say
Well, I mean,
quickly,
kids' movies always do well because they're so few
Yeah.
and far between. So I feel like that's not a fair comparison.
exactly.
But the
Yeah.
thing
Hey, take it on.
is, it's just going to be annoying because I
And movie
am the friends of friends who've just been inundated my news feed with like, Supergirl sucks because she doesn't smile and she looks like the feral kid from the Road Warrior, and it's like,
She's probably a lesbian anyway. She's probably a lesbian.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
She doesn't
we'll,
like
we'll,
me.
We'll
Oh,
get
she's
into
probably
that
gay,
later.
so,
We know,
like,
we
you
know.
We'll get into that later. But hey, Justin Geeky Guy, hello. Thanks for the super chat saying regardless of Supergirl's box office performance, it's still gonna be better than Tom King's garbage comic. Your daily reminder: Tom King is trash. All right.
That is
Okay,
true.
the hate
That
continues.
And
is
Monique
true.
says she will never cook for him. Thank you, Monique. That's right. No good food for Tom King.
Yeah, he deserves the gulag
Oh
slop.
man. I remember. Okay, again, we're gonna talk about Supergirl later, but I just quickly to kind of address what CC Black was saying.
Let
Am I
Tom King
wrong in
starve.
remembering? Like at one point, wasn't Supergirl
Wait, hold
gonna
on.
change its
Can that be a
release date, or that was
T-shirt? Wait, we
rumor?
need that to be a T-shirt. I
'Cause-
think, Dan. Let Tom King starve. That needs to.
Like that just seems mean. I don't know. Like that's very
I don't
mean.
care.
We're not very
No.
nice on this show.
Okay, well, you know what? Speaking of Toy Story, that's where we're gonna start the box office. So let's go through because Toy Story is the big movie of the week. And
Well, we
actually,
do
no, that's
have
not where
a
we're
little bit
starting.
of sadness.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
let's-
I am
yeah, we
sorry.
had
Talk about
I
We
am
have
that.
sorry.
something
Go
else
ahead.
going there first.
John, lead
Yes.
the way.
First
lead the
and
way.
foremost,
Yes.
First and foremost,
the
little bit
great
of sadder
Jimmy
news.
Burrows.
Unfortunately, we have to talk about this. It's a bit of sadness. Will and Grace director and Cheers co-creator has unfortunately passed away at the age of 85. Son of an acclaimed playwright, the 10-time Emmy winner, got his start on the Mary Tyler Moore Show and helmed every Will and Grace episode. Damn. Okay, when they mean Will and Grace director, they mean Will and Grace director. Holy shit. Okay.
I mean,
he
his
created Cheers.
Yeah.
Sorry,
he's responsible for so many projects. Phyllis, the Mary
So
Tyler
many.
Moore Show, the Bob Newhart Show, the Tony Randall Show. And I mean, we're just talking about, so from 1975, pretty much until his dying day, he was working. He always had his hand in something, directing,
go, man.
producing, collaborating. He is the number one name in Hollywood. Everyone knows who Jimmy Burrows is. Everybody has seen something that Jimmy Burrows has touched, been a part of. He was just such a part of our pop culture zeitgeist. I mean, everyone owes so much to Jimmy Burrows, and then and TV the way it is today, sitcoms the way it is today, would not be how they are if it were not for the great Jimmy Burrows. So this is just, I mean, we knew it was coming, but still, it's always sad when
Yeah, but at least
that
unlike
impactful.
Davy Chase, who unfortunately
Right.
passed away at the age of 35.
Yeah.
At least he lived a good long life at the age of 85. So, you know, that's, you know, it's
I mean, I was
a shame,
going
but-
through some of his what do you call them, obituaries, articles, you know, every big outlet posting about it, and it's like he was kind of in the industry known as like the Spielberg of sitcoms because, you know, he sort of set the standard, like you said, Liz. I mean, just Cheers by itself, like if he ever did a Mount Rushmore of sitcoms, like I think most people would put Cheers in there because
You'd have to,
Cheers
yeah.
set the template for so much what came after it,
and
even like
and having a spinoff that was arguably even better than that. So there was that too. So
yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, and even to this day, I mean, CBS is trying to milk it because, of course, they are like the spinoffs that are. Is that still on? Like they rebooted
They
I don't
rebooted
know.
Frasier, and
Yeah,
it was
like, is that-
apparently
Yeah.
really fucking bad. And
Frasier-
I think
yeah.
got
It was
canceled after a few
all
seasons.
right, but it was essentially just repeating old episodes. Like
Yeah.
it was, that's kind of like how I felt about The Devil Wears Prada 2. It was the exact same movie. That's what they did with the last couple of seasons of Frasier. They just regurgitated the same stuff. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he lived. He definitely lived. Hopefully a good life and had a decorated career. 11 Primetime Emmy Awards, 5 DGA awards as well. It's 11 Primetime Emmy Awards is a huge accomplishment because that it spanned decades and consistency of excellence across the board. I mean, that's 9 more Emmys than I have. Although I don't have Primetime Emmys, like if there's like levels to this game. James Barlow.
Bruh, okay,
Just-
like, oh, my lobster's too buttery and my steak is too juicy. Get the fuck out of here, man.
But like Cheers, for example, like even in Friends, they would reference Cheers. Remember, like when Joey went to London and he was like feeling homesick, and then he's like watching an episode of Cheers to like, feel less homesick. It's just, we will always remember, like, again, his contributions. It's like, for me, James Burrows, like when I think about it, I've seen his name in like so many of these shows when you watch them, like, and I've obviously following stories and doing the show, you see the faces, but I never paid too close attention to him because they're usually behind the scenes doing the work, but they are the people who literally make the shows that we love. It's kind of like if, I don't know, the Palladino siblings or their husband and wife duo who made they made what was that show? It's set in like Connecticut. Why am I forgetting? The Gilmore Girls and stuff. Or like the creators of Friends, or like and then also like just going back, it's like if that were to happen, it's just you're like taken aback because like they made some of the shows that just define your lives. And with James Burrows, for example, Cheers sort of set the template for what sitcoms at NBC have been like since Cheers and for decades. So even today, so it's with a heavy heart that I think Hollywood says goodbye to James Burrows, and the tradition of sitcom will continue, but he set the template, and that's what we follow today. So our best wishes and our condolences go out to the Burrows family and friends and all his acquaintances.
And by the way, speaking of Frasier, he did direct 32 episodes of Frasier as well.
Yes.
So I mean,
there you go. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, look, TV directing, especially in sitcoms, and especially like if a lot of them are shot in either LA or New York. I've met with and worked with TV directors. It's like a different, like especially sitcom directors.
It's a whole
it's
different game.
But I mean, again, you want to talk about his breadth of work. So yeah, we're talking about Cheers. Again, he started really around 1975, but the most recent stuff, he had a part in 2.5 Men. He had a part in The Big Bang Theory. He had a part in the Ab Fab reboot. He had a part in Shit My Dad Says with William Shatner. He's still had plenty of stuff going on. The Millers, he directed 32 episodes of The Millers, 2 Broke Girls, Mike and Molly. I mean, it's unheard of to have this kind of a career.
Bro is like the James Patterson of TV directing. Damn.
You mean in a good way? Yes.
Yeah. No. I mean,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? She went on to have a great career nonetheless with Friends, and she has a show on right now on HBO. Anyway, let's keep the ball rolling. Enterprising saying Clayface comes out in October, and Warner Brothers has the End of Oak Street coming out in August, so they may not have wanted to compete with themselves. Yeah, because I was mentioned earlier before we get into the box office stuff that there were reports. Remember, John, there were rumors or reports that Supergirl might be moving its release date forward by a month or so and might have come out in May, and then that was ultimately shot down and never happened. I do wonder, like, maybe one of the things they'll look back at and be like, maybe they shouldn't have scheduled it in between 2 big animation movies. Although we'll talk about Supergirl later. We shouldn't prematurely write the obituary of Supergirl at the box office. Let's see how it does before we write it off completely. So, but in the meantime, as I was trying to get to before I should have. Let's talk about the weekend box office. Of course, the biggest movie this weekend is going to be Toy Story 5. It's looking like it's going to open to 100+ million in its sleep. Going to be the biggest opening of the year so far. It's already made 17.5 million in what is the best previews day of 2026. Liz, I'll start with you. Having seen the movie, we'll review it later. But are you surprised at all by how well it's doing? As we go into the weekend.
Not at all. Again, children's movies in particular, they are very few and far between. So they always do really, really well, especially now that school is out for pretty much the entire country here in the US. So parents are looking for stuff to do with their kids, get them out of the heat, get 2 hours to turn your brain off. Doesn't shock me at all. Everybody I know has been talking about this. And again, they got the seal of approval from the almighty Taylor Swift. So obviously it's going to do well.
Yeah. I mean, the previous high for the opening, a preview day for the year was 12.6 million set by Michael. Of course, this is the second best preview performance for a Pixar movie since The Incredibles 2 in 2018, which made 18.5 million. So right in that same neighborhood. Now, of course, off to the $12.6 million start Michael had, it went on to make 97 million total in its opening weekend, and The Incredibles 2 brought in 182.7 million off that 18.5 million preview day. So John, I want to get your take on this because I'm not sure if you're planning on seeing it this weekend, but obviously it's off to a big start. Between The Incredibles 2 that I mentioned being the last Pixar movie to have anywhere close to this kind of an opening, preview day, and then of course Michael this year having the previous high. Are you at all surprised about this?
No, not at all. Number? Nope.
All right.
It's Pixar, awesome. It's Toy Story, even though it's just so funny that the internet is like, they shouldn't have made more Toy Story movies yet. The money don't lie, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
If you don't want more Toy Story movies, don't fucking pay your money to fucking see them. How about that?
I mean, it's also we'll talk about it later. But if it's better than the fourth one, which I thought the fourth one was okay, just like this one, I felt like always had a stronger premise. Hi, D. Cole. Hello. An Enterprising saying Pixar is 2 for 2 this year. Yeah. I mean, hey, Hoppers was surprisingly again.
Disney Plus, go watch.
Yeah, Hoppers is great.
Underrated.
It's on there.
Yeah.
It's on there. Movie Spot saying Toy Story 5 enjoys having the biggest opening weekend of the year until
Toy Story 5 is just gonna absolutely bury it, which whether it deserves it or not. And I thought Hoppers that was a pleasant surprise for me. So
I still say Elio is even better than Hoppers. So if you watch Hoppers, please go watch Elio.
We'll see. I'm still going through my I'm still going through my Pixar binge in preparation for the on Cool Kids. We are doing we're rating all the Pixar films. So I'm seeing all the ones that I have not seen. I'm seeing Elemental tomorrow. I just watched Turning Red.
Did we ever do a tier list on Pixar movies?
John, this is very exciting.
We did the top 15. We did the top 15.
Oh, we could do every one if you want. We'll throw it back in.
We don't
have 5 hours. Whew.
I will say, Turning Red, I'm so happy that was not just cringe. It was cringe, but not all cringe.
No, but it was really good, John.
It was K-pop cringe.
It was very good.
It was K-pop cringe, so it was good.
It was
quality cringe.
Not
quality
the greatest thing of all time. It's not even close to the best that Pixar has to offer. But it was still. I
gotta start writing these down. We've got a whole new list of ratings. Quality cringe. I'm gonna put that on. That's one.
Well, it made Enterprising feel like a kid again. John, so getting off to this kind of a preview day start alone, which was yesterday on Thursday. We are on Friday now. If you go to the next article, it's set itself up now. Toy Story 5 has for, again, the biggest opening weekend of the year, which, Movie Spud is saying correctly, is probably only going to last for a few weeks until Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out. But it doesn't make it any less impressive because, like Deadline doing here, as they do with their puns, Toy Story 5 has a friend at the box office with the picture headed to $160 million plus franchise opening weekend, a franchise record opening weekend, 160 million or above, and it will definitely obviously be far and away the biggest opening weekend of the year so far. They're looking at it somewhere between 160 to 170 million. And again, we have had movies like Michael and Devil Wears Prada overperform their own projections. So it's very possible that if people really, really, really love it, that it might actually even go beyond 170 million, which would be terrific.
I could see that.
It's, and usually what happens, like I keep mentioning in the past, where that extra, volume comes in is more people go to see it on a Sunday than they expected to. Because usually the biggest movie-going days of the week are Friday and Saturday. And then usually the Sunday you have a slight drop-off. So, but for some movies you don't, and a lot of people still go see it on Sunday, and that's when the weekend tends to overperform. So they're looking at a pretty good start. Now, the current biggest opening of the year, I believe, was it Michael? I think, because like in 2025, the biggest a Minecraft movie had the biggest opening, 162.7 million, for comparison. But this year, you have. I mean, I don't think the Minecraft movie this year, not Minecraft, the Super Mario Bros. I don't believe that opened to a terribly high number. So this is
no,
really,
Super Mario Galaxy was like 131, I think, or something like that. I don't know if that was
biggest
domestic or
opening
worldwide, but I remember us
weekend.
talking about that yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, because it opened to 130.9 million domestically. The Super Mario Galaxy did, and then
your hopes will be
80.6.
dashed, Liz, because
I know.
So
the rumor is
I
that
know.
if 5 does well, they're greenlighting a Toy Story 6 and 7.
Well, 5 is gonna do well because it's a perfect film. I know we'll get into it with the review, but god damn it, we don't. You stop. Just stop. Just leave it alone. Leave
they're
it
not
alone.
gonna stop. It makes all the money. Then
And
they
I
can
will go
spend-
see
and
it.
then-
I
so
will
here's the
go
thing.
see it.
Here's the thing: they can make money with like Toy Story 5, Coco 2, and then they can spend that money on all the experimental stuff that
Yeah,
nobody goes
but
to
like,
see.
but at the same
that-
time, like I can't even fault them though, because aside from Toy Story 3 and 4, like aside from Toy Story 4, they're all good fucking movies. Coco was an incredible fucking movie. So like I can't fault them. Like sure, as long as they keep producing that level of quality, great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm here for
It's just
it.
like
I'll see
I mean,
it.
it's
it's
still
like
Pixar.
God damn.
I think there should be a good even balance. I think there should be. We get toys. I mean, I don't agree with it and I don't like it, but
No,
like
I don't agree with it, yeah.
we get these sequels, and then you could do something weird like Hoppers, like Elemental. So
No, 100%. But I also just from like a standpoint of like they have already had some cast members pass away from the Toy Story franchise. Like, so you're just gonna keep producing until everybody's dead. That's what we're doing. We're just gonna keep popping the give it a rest and let them live in the classic nostalgic place where they belong in all of our hearts. But whatever, we're gonna keep getting Star Wars shit. So
yeah, I was gonna say, John, I think you have in terms of comparing for reference how big of an opening Toy Story has this weekend. We have a list of like the top 10 openings outside of Toy Story this year. John, if you can scroll down on that article towards the bottom, there's like a top 10 chart. And I want to kind of quickly get into that because Toy Story 5 is looking at $160 to $170 million opening weekend. Just as domestic, by the way. Worldwide, it will be, you could probably double that number. And you look at here on Fandom Wire, they have a list of the previous 10 biggest openings of the year so far. It's not in the order of like what's the biggest opening, but we'll just kind of count them down. So the biggest opening so far this year domestically is Super Mario Galaxy, 131.7 million. And then after that, I think you have Michael, which opened at 97.2.
Project
Hail Mary. Yeah, 80.5. And then I think where's Devil Wears Prada?
And then Scream 7.
Scream 7, okay, 63. Devil Wears Prada had a 76 million, so that's right behind
Well,
Project
you said
Hail
Devil
Mary.
Wears Prada, then I said Scream 7.
Yes.
And then it looks like Hoppers, then Mortal Kombat 2.
But I mean, the closest was 131, right? So
Yep,
that's Super Mario. Yeah, no, exactly. Galaxy. So Toy Story is gonna beat that by like $40 million, probably, like somewhere.
Just
in that
look at
neighborhood.
them. God damn it.
So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be big, and then obviously, like, I think Disney's about to have a really big year. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Toy Story 5. Spider-Man Brand New Day, they kind of share that, so that's more Sony than Disney, but Marvel Studios is part of it. Then you have obviously you have Avengers Doomsday. They've got a few other big ones. I mean, Devil Wears Prada is technically Disney because it's part of 20th Century Studios. So I mean, Disney's already having a pretty good year. Warner Brothers, they need to pick things up a little bit. They've had but Wuthering Heights did relatively well. So there's that. And then of course Amazon, we have talked about. Amazon started off well. I never thought that Master of the Universe would be that far off the mark that Project Hail Mary set at the box office. Like I thought it would at least be somewhere in the neighborhood, but it just seems to have.
But apparently it has
I mean, it's great.
It has been greenlit for a sequel. Apparently Amazon just greenlit a sequel for Masters of the Universe. So they got money to spend.
Let's go.
When
I'm here
Jeff
for
Bezos
it.
isn't spending
I'm
money
here
on
for
penis
it.
rockets, then we can get some good fun movies at the movies again.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, you're Gen
we'll
X,
bring
you
that
grew
in
up
for the
with
quick
it,
hits.
so.
I am technically a
Cool.
millennial. Thank you. Anyway, just saying.
Ugh.
All right. Well, yeah. Anything else you guys want to add to the box office report? I think that kind of does it for us.
Not
there,
really.
Right?
Kind of want to move on from this.
Go out into your
Yeah.
local theater, see films on the big screen. Continue
Yeah.
to put your
Yeah.
hard-earned
All right,
dollars
well-
into the theater.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're gonna move on to MC Weekly. Let's do that now. Okay. So we got a lot of Spider-Man stuff to talk about, as we have been doing for the last few days. Let's start there. John, what does Zendaya tell? She's telling us to expect some emotional moments, bring some tissues. We go there. What does she mean by that? That's
They're
interesting.
killing her off. They're killing her
Character
off.
deaths?
One can only hope. Anyway,
Oh, John.
No, I like Zendaya. I just want Peter to move on from MJ. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I would say watch all our previous Spider movies, just to keep you caught up, and then bring some tissues. We go there. I don't know much about those movies by nature. Ever it's spoiling certain things, and the studio is keeping the juicy details from me. But I'm very curious. What does that mean for Peter? How does that work? I think it's really cool. I'm very excited. So, yeah. There is a rumor, more likely speculation, going around that the movie will actually end with Peter Parker's demise, only for him to be resurrected along with several other heroes in Avengers: Secret Wars, most likely on Battleworld. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, it's an empty casket. It's just, well, what was it in the BVS? It was like, I heard the show out east is an empty casket. They don't know how to honor him. And yeah, Peter Parker.
Okay,
Nobody
well, who
knows.
cares then?
Anyway. Hi, Sanju. How are you doing? I was trying to do my Batman v Superman reference. It didn't
yeah,
work,
nope.
but I was gonna say, like, maybe what she's hinting at, depending on whether she actually knows a thing or two about the movie, which I'm sure she does. Maybe because this MJ has forgotten Peter. Maybe they're gonna go the Gamora route of like, well, the other MJ probably loved you, but since I don't remember, like, we can stay friends for now. Which, like how Peter.
Yeah, and then Peter could start banging Black Cat, and then all will be right with the world.
Hey, Monique got that reference. Thank you. All right, Liz, your reactions? Any predictions? What do you think she's?
I don't want to
at?
see Superman banging anyone. He's far too young. He's still a virgin.
Hello, Hunter.
Who is just
it's Spider-Man.
trying to. I mean, I know he's the friendly. Sorry, I know he's the friendly neighborhood, but we don't want him to be that friendly. Let's just.
He looks.
Well, I
the
hate to break
onesie
it
on.
in the Jonathan
Keep the
Hickman
onesie
run
on.
of Spider-Man in the
Oh, is he
Ultimate
a
line.
hoa?
He has two
Is he a
kids,
hoa?
so Spider-Man fucks. Like
What?
Okay.
I just can't see it. Not with my little Tom Holland, my sweet little Tom Holland.
I don't know. He ain't so little
right,
anymore.
Liz.
He's like, he went from twink to like twunk. Like, goddamn.
He's not so little anymore. John would know.
Go ahead,
Anyway.
John. I love
I mean,
it.
they
Justin
fucking
Geeky
have
guy.
him practically naked in the fucking trailer. He's only wearing
That's
boxer
true.
briefs. It's like,
Enterprising.
hello.
I'm
May,
aware
how
of
you
how
doing?
old he is. It doesn't change the fact that doesn't matter. He's in this universe.
He's in his 30s.
He's a sweet
In the
little
movie, he's-
innocent,
yeah, in
wonderful
his 20s.
Spider-Man. No, it doesn't matter.
Well,
You guys
this
shut up.
isn't
I know
there's-
he's married now. That's besides the point. I know the man fucks. All
okay.
right, I know the man fucks. I'm talking about the character in these films.
right. Because Tom Holland in real life is in his 30s, but in the movies, his character Peter Parker is still in his 20s. He's just out of college.
Yes, I know.
And hello May, hello Hunter, and everybody. And hello Sanju again, just if I forgot to say that. And Justin Geeky guys saying they're probably adapting The Other by JMS. Who's care to enlighten us, John? What The Other is and who's JMS?
Multiversal dog shit. I don't really care.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Justin Geeky, they've been doing that for decades in Hollywood.
Yeah, it happens all the
30-year-olds,
time,
come
dude.
on.
All
Didn't you
the
see
Power
Breakfast
Rangers
Club?
were in their 30s, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, come on. Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. J. Michael Straczynski. Oh,
Yeah, J. Michael,
okay.
who also was forced to write Sins Past and One More Day, and we don't talk about that.
Okay. Got it. Well, thank you for the super chat again, Justin. I mean, look, it will be interesting to see again
Exactly,
which direction
Brian.
they go.
Thank you.
Usually with these movies, because of their adaptations, they'll kind of meld a few different ideas from the comics. They won't directly adapt one single comic. I bet you even Supergirl is going to have ideas from other stories beyond Woman of Tomorrow. So, but yeah, he wrote,
Yeah, no, J. Michael
Superman
Straczynski's
Earth.
a great
That's-
writer. Absolutely.
yeah.
He fucking did Babylon 5, wasn't it? That's what he did.
Mhm.
He's written a
Yep.
lot of great stuff. It's just like it just so happens
Amazon
that
has
he
the
was
rights to that.
forced to write under Marvel editorial the two worst Spider-Man stories considered by fans. So,
Yeah.
but he did want his name taken off them, and Marvel editorial said no. So, oops.
Well, I mean, they've been hinting at the idea that he's gonna have a bit of a rebirth. Like the first trailer had all the voiceover, and then you see the eyes in this trailer. People are even thinking, is that the symbiote? But like, it might just be like they're going with that whole rebirth.
Trust
idea,
me, I
which,
know
yeah.
it was. I trust me, I know how fucking.
Yeah.
I know. Fucking focus on the fucking dickhead. Anyway,
Okay.
let's not.
Let's
get
talk
into
about. Well, we're gonna move on from the Spider-Man stuff for now. Let's talk about the Avengers Doomsday stuff that's been leaking. I know, Liz, you wanted to kind of like not take part in this part of the conversation, but it's
Well, we
hard
still
to
have a
believe.
couple more Spider-Man.
Oh, we do.
things.
Oh, yes, we do actually.
Because
Never
we
mind.
have to give
Let's
Liz
stick
a
with
lady
Spider-Man.
boner with John
Yes,
Bernthal.
of course we do.
I stay lady boned when it comes to John Bernthal. You don't have to worry
That
about
needs
that.
to be put on a shirt. That needs.
I stay lady boned.
I stay lady boned for. Yeah, perfect.
I mean, I'm trying to see him. He's on Broadway right now. I'm trying to go see that show.
Good luck with
to
that.
get
That's
out there.
probably ass fucking expensive. And...
They still have tickets. They've been advertising heavily, trying to get rid of the last batch of tickets before he ends his run. But we'll see what happens. But good God, I mean, just look at him. Just Jesus Christ, it's not right. It's just not right.
Hold on. There we go.
I stay lady boned for John
I
Bernthal.
stay
That's
lady
right.
boned. Okay,
I
that's
stay
what-
lady boned.
There it is. Perfect. Okay, we got it. We're good. Anyway, but yeah, so we did talk about this the other day. How like Tom helped make John Bernthal's Punisher tape, and he helped with his audition tape. So it's like kind of a full circle moment between the two of them. And then obviously Brand New Day is going to be rated PG-13 for action and violence and some language because the day that a superhero movie is like not rated PG-13 or maybe once in a while R is weird. But yeah, they do have obviously we're not going to play this because demonetization, but we do have like a little bit of a chemistry clash right there between the two of them. So good times. Dan is gone, so we can tear through shit. But there he
Good
is.
times
He's
at the
back.
old Royale. I'm back just in time.
That's not how you spell my name. It's amazing how you got Liz's name right.
No,
but you didn't get my name right.
dude.
Come on.
What
Monique
is that?
not
What does
talking about
that go
you.
to show you?
Monique
What is
is
that?
talking about
she's talking
John
about
Bernthal.
my John.
Okay. Yeah.
Our
wrong
John
way
is
to-
fine too. Our John is
The
fine. too.
wrong way to spell. I love John Bernthal, but that's the wrong way to spell John. I'm just saying.
That's the way he spells it, and he doesn't
Yeah,
do anything
and he's
wrong.
wrong.
So
He's wrong.
nope, impossible. It's impossible for him to be wrong.
Well, he's wrong whenever he misses out on a convention that you've missed him 3 times at this point.
I still contest that is his agency signing him up for those things, and then like hoping he'll just show, and then he's like, "Come on, guys." So I'm not mad. I'm not even mad at him. I'm not mad at you, John. John, I'm not mad at you, babe. I'm gonna see you on Broadway. That's how we're gonna meet. That's how I'm gonna get your autograph. We're gonna make it happen.
Got it.
Anyway.
All right. Okay. Let's move on to talking about Avengers Doomsday and the supposed
Liz, do you want to
leaks that are out
leave since
there.
you don't want to? You don't want things leaked. There she goes. Okay, perfect. So we will talk about the slop that we have before us. Oh boy.
Well, okay, so we talked about this yesterday, not this exact image, John, but there was a leaked image supposedly from Avengers Doomsday, an unfinished VFX shot of the team.
That
including-
is a very toxic way of thinking, but we won't touch on that because this is not a men versus women podcast. Anyway, Dan, what were you saying?
Okay, what I was saying was yesterday where there was an image that got leaked, which look, we talked about the veracity of it, like whether it's real or not. It showcased basically Fantastic Four, X-Men, and the Avengers all together and fighting off. It looked like, or implied, was the Sentinels outside, the house for the, what is it called again?
The X-Mansion.
The X-Mansion. And we, the images line up with the set photos that we got of like the set for the X-Mansion that they built for the movie that we were seeing last year. But today, Uh, every time someone posts a Doomsday leak, their life expectancy drops by 30%. It's like I saw it across like one account on X, and then there was like it's being spread from there. So I don't even know if that was the source, but let's keep going. So John, today this is the account. Nova Silence keeps posting all this stuff. So and then Film
Oh.
Trailer is the other one. They posted a photo. So if you go up again to the Doctor Doom, that if you want to click into the Doctor Doom photo, because that's the one in the
If it's
thumbnail
still up,
that I
okay,
picked
it's
out.
still up. So
No, it's still now. This is here's the thing. One thing going in its favor is that it's got the same watermarks and stuff, and all like it looks like this is literally somebody pointing their camera at like some kind of like screen where they're like testing stuff out, or maybe you know there's like sitting and editing the movie. And obviously Industry Light and Magic is like ILM. They are the biggest VFX vendor that Disney will use because they're you know partly owned by Disney through Lucasfilm for all their VFX
and you
work.
see something over
and
here as well.
yeah, can you? I don't know. Can you click into that? Yeah, this is the Sentinels. Apparently, look at the Sentinels, which does match some of the pieces of the Sentinels we saw practically on the set of Doomsday. Remember from a year
And
ago?
it looks very
like all the-
Transformer-esque, like this guy over here.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
According to Scoopers, the leak is real. Like and I can't tell if this
That
is
literally
again Marvel
means nothing
doing
to
it.
me. Unless like Kevin
or,
Feige himself
like-
confirms it, I won't believe it. You know.
But John, given
But,
that
like-
we were getting like all those teasers leaked a week before they came out this past December, I'm like wondering if this is either on purpose or if this is really legit. Because Marvel wouldn't let these leaks live long enough for us to be able to talk about them like hours after they came out. You know, this is Georgie, but Cricket is actually nearby. All good, Monique. She's here to say hi. John, between this Sentinel image and then if you go back to the Doctor Doom image, I mean, first of all, we haven't seen a look at these two like in the movie yet, and here we go. So there's Doctor Doom for the first time. It matches with the promotional stuff we have seen. It doesn't look super perfect, but I mean the Sentinel also, that look of the Sentinels looks closer to like the one from like X-Men Days of Future Past, the one from the 70s, not the ones in the future that were like all these particle based things. So it looks like they're trying to go fairly comic accurate if they do that. Yeah, Georgie loves to come here and sit right in front of the laptop while we're doing the show. But Sanju saying the scene connects with the X-Men Doomsday teaser. We saw Sentinels during Cyclops Optic Blast. We did see the Sentinel, but it was barely like in the background, but you are right. Yeah, Georgie's a sweet kitty. Thank you, Monique. But John, what do you think? Do you think this is real? Do you think this is fake? Are you buying it? 'Cause there's Sentinels in the background of this shot as
I don't know,
well,
I
and then
kind
of
of-
course the other one.
If this is real, I kind of agree with that baby up in the top right corner. But you know, it's whether it's real or not real, whether it's unfinished or finished, it looks like dog shit. Like it looks fucking terrible. I hate how his suit looks. I hate like the checker fucking pattern.
The fit looks weird. It looks a
his-
little too.
I hated it
big
when
on
it was
him.
like it was posted and we're like, oh, this might be fake, and then it was like double down. Oh no, this is real. Then I'm like, oh, this looks bad. And if this is real, then it looks fucking bad.
So according to the leaks that I've been following, again, spoiler alert, Doctor Doom apparently gets a hold of this, can control the Sentinels because he kind of tricks the Fantastic Four and the new Avengers to go with him to the X-Men reality where they apparently have been fighting off incursions for years, and they're basically, you know, down to their last straw. And the idea is they're going to somehow try to stop all these incursions, but then Doom has tricked all these heroes into basically be like, oh, we need to go through the final incursion. This is the only way we can survive, and then
I
that's
will
how Battle
say
World gets
this.
created. And so he takes on the Sentinel.
I will say this. I do hope he just is like, actually, no. I'm going to say this. If you trust a guy that looks like that, that's on you.
I
If
know,
you trust
right?
a
You know what I
guy
mean?
named Von Doom, that's on you. Honestly, you
Right.
kind of deserve to be killed at that point. You kind of deserve to have your fucking world nuked, your universe nuked, if you trust a guy looking like that. No offense. And here's the thing. This isn't like, oh, he's ugly, blah, blah. No, I'm actually drinking Perrier. I'm drinking sparkling water. But
Nice.
like, I'm just talking about like,
Healthy.
bro has like evil armor face, and like looks like a dictator, which he is. Like, bruh, like honestly, that's fucking on you, dude. That's on you.
John has
like
a
at
point.
least try to make yourself kind of sort of look like a hero, because yeah, this is not a good look. Not a good look. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like maybe they.
Well, I guess
maybe
Tony Stark would say not a good
mind
plan.
manipulation or something. I don't know. He is magic. I
Yeah.
mean, he does have magic, like powers in the comics with magic and shit like that. So you know, it's yeah, like that could work. But like, why?
They're literally called Decepticons. Why would we trust? You know what?
Hold
I
on.
was so
I'll
glad
be right
somebody
back.
pointed that shit out like 20 movies into the franchise.
Yeah.
Like Travis
Fucking
Knight was
40
like,
years
we need to
later.
write this in. You know, like there's an elephant in the room this whole time. Like they're literally called the Decepticons. Why would we trust them? I'm like, thank you. I was like, thank you. Like, oh God, I've been waiting for that. But I will say this, like it might be that if these, because look, when you look at this shot in particular, the Sentinels in the
It
background
does
look like
really
unfinished
add
CG.
to the ambiance of this.
Yeah.
My thoughts on this entire
So,
movie.
What I was saying though is like the Sentinels models in the background of the shot do look unfinished. They don't look like the final render. Like there's no texture there. It looks like the lighting is a little off. And then also it might be that this shot Robert Downey Jr. on set with a practical suit that will get supplemented in post, or even do like
They
a CGI
shot
body
Robert
double.
Downey Jr. I'm just kidding.
No, dude, like they'll do a CGI body double of the suit in post, so like because the fit looks really awkward here. Like we have seen like the promotional photos that are real, and the fit looks a lot better than it does here. Like this looks like, and you know what? On the off chance, which it could very much still be the case, that this is actually, you know, still like some deep fake, you know, AI generated thing. This looks very similar to like the pose that Magneto had in Days of Future Past, and you can almost take that and slap like a new skin on it. Like, and I think AI, you know, generative AI can do that. In fact, I mean, if you go to the other Sentinel image, John, that looks similar to, like I mentioned, the 70s version of the Sentinels in Days of Future Past. Kind of like, you know, just except maybe
it's like
a little
that
more
mixed
menacing.
With Transformers, and boom, there we go.
Yeah, which I think what's difficult to why it's difficult to tell apart is because that stuff, you know, it still lines up fairly closely to some of those like Sentinel parts we saw, the physical props on the Avengers Doomsday sets that they were filming at a year ago. So it's kind of hard to differentiate because it's like it's believable enough, but I mean, you know, the best fakes are usually, you know, pretty close to the real thing. But we, like I said, we have had some of these like what look like fake, you know, promotional images be confirmed recently. So who knows? But if you keep going,
the only reason I
more
think that like
article, yeah,
the Doom might be real is because that design is confirmed. So
that's what I was gonna say. That breastplate and like all that stuff is, you know, from official artwork. But I'm just saying, like, you can use generative AI to like as reference to create that stuff, you know.
Honestly, I was like, maybe like if I hear good reviews, maybe I check it out on home video. But Figure Drawing really wants me to watch it, so I'm not gonna out of spite. So.
Okay.
Shouldn't have said
all
anything.
right. Well,
now the spite fuels me, you know.
Hi Eric, how are you doing? Let's keep going though, John, because there's another set of leaks I want to kind of get through. Because somebody kind of went in, yeah, this is the same set of accounts reposting it. The fact that it's like ridiculously blurry, I don't understand like how they're doing this, because that, if anything, to me that's like, oh, this is a great way to hide all the imperfections of something that's AI generated. Because I saw some of the stills from this footage, which are in high resolution, and the only,
like that one that, like, for instance,
like the only
this one,
yes.
that's literally the
right.
Doom picture.
But what I was gonna say is like the only face that looked real in all of those leaks was like Chris Evans' face. Every other face looks slightly off. Like, you know, Sam Wilson, Captain America kind of looked like Anthony Mackie, but not really. And, you know, Thor kind of looked like Chris Hemsworth, but not really. I don't know if you're able to like go back to like the other account. What was the Nova something account that you were looking at for a moment? If you click into his timeline, actually, I don't. Yeah, if you go all the way to the top, like the original, and if you go into his timeline, he might have stills of it. If you scroll down a little bit, Not this one. Not this one. Let's keep going. Unless he posted something. That one right there. Click on that image. And if you're able to kind of like open this up, can you zoom into that? Because
kind of, sort of.
no, not really. Okay. There are other. I mean, you know what might be that I've seen some other accounts post like AI enhanced images, like upscaled versions of this image, and in there maybe like the faces look off because here Chris Hemsworth looks like Chris Hemsworth. That looks like Simu
But the
Liu.
thing is, he looks exactly like he did in Infinity War, like exactly.
It does, but I mean, it depends on again where they pick things up. He might have just kept it along here. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm just saying it's. But it lines
and it
up.
Looks like trash.
But it's hard to believe. I don't know where I land on this in terms of like whether it's real or not. But we'll see. John, there was another article if you go back to comicbookmovie.com because somebody did make the comparison. Obviously, people are already creating artwork based on these leaked images, fan art, but that right there compares again the set photos from when they were filming at a recreation of the X Mansion would look like there was a big Sentinel fight, and then it does line up with the images that we were seeing. The other thing was My Time to Shine Hello, mentioning, which has been brought up before, that the movie starts with, and this is apparently one of several ways the movie could start. I don't know if they're going to change this again in reshoots or like editing, but apparently the opening scene, because I've heard variations of, you start with Deadpool, Wolverine fighting Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and try to destroy his world so it doesn't destroy theirs. And then they somehow end up in the TVA, or like the TVA is helping them out, or like, they team up together somehow. It looks like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is going to be involved in this movie somehow, and Deadpool and Wolverine will be a part. It's weird because in all the leaks I've seen, it's like they don't really have a big part to play in the majority of the movie beyond just the opening, so it's kind of confusing. But I don't know, John, if this were true, would this be exciting to you, like Spider-Man and Wolverine on screen in live action for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, movies present. Yeah, I mean, it's by the Russo brothers. What do you expect? But yeah, it's just I will say this is great fan art. I'm just like kind of lost in the fan art right here.
It is. I'm that's for sure. But I don't know how I feel about this being the way things are going. But I guess if everything is gonna go to shit in the end, then just destroy them all, whatever. But maybe that's just more a personal reaction to where this might be headed, more so than
I will say fucking Pedro Pascal looks like shit. Like it looks so bad.
He looks like the oh my god, what's going on face. Yeah.
And you can tell it's AI because like the fucking hammer doesn't make sense, and like this is bad.
Oh yeah, like the perspective on the hammer is just completely off.
Yeah, this looks terrible, and his head looks so. Yeah, this is bad.
And the Beast's face looks off. Like that just doesn't look like the Hank McCoy from either Nicholas Holt's version or the Kelsey Grammer version. Anyway, well, we'll see how it all turns out. I don't know, John. Do you? I guess go back to the Doctor Doom thing for a moment, because if I were to ask you, yeah or nay, do you think that leak is real, like the Doctor Doom image?
I'd believe it. I'd believe it.
Yeah, I mean, if it is, it kind of underwhelms me a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. Again, these are unfinished VFX, so it might look like it, but it might look significantly improved in the final cut. I figured during saying bring on the shit show spectacle. Hell yeah. Imagine how many more butts and seats would have gotten by having Wolverine and Spider-Man in it. Well, I mean, apparently they will have it. Like we just talked about that. Yeah, the do not duplicate thing. Look, the watermarks are convincing, but that might also be like ways for them to be like, oh, look, this is real. It's got watermarks on it. So it's kind of, I still don't completely believe that this is actually real, but we shall see. Because I'm sure, like I said, within a month's time when Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out, I bet you that's around the time we should be getting the Doomsday trailer, like for the public to see. So, I mean, obviously they've already shown the trailer to the folks at CinemaCon, but we'll see how it all goes. In the meantime, though, John, Dan, how old is Georgie and Cricket? Georgie and Cricket are both a little over a year old. They turned 1 year old in May, so May 22nd and May 29th are their birthdays. Georgie is apparently a week older than Cricket, although that's just an estimate. So I'm just, they're pretty much the same age. This is Georgie again. But yeah, there you go. Liz, do you want to pop back in? We got to talk about you going to the movies. That's up next. So, welcome back, Liz. Now that we're past all the spoilery stuff for Avengers, let's talk about Liz at the movies. Liz, you went to see the movie. You saw a lot of movies. John saw a movie. You saw a lot of movies.
I saw 6 movies since the last time y'all saw me. Yes. Woohoo.
All right. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to step away and let you guys do your thing. I think John and you are both reviewing The Furious, but you're also reviewing Disclosure Day. You're reviewing Toy Story 5, the Robin Hood, Girls Like Girls, and Stop That Train. All right. That's exciting. Okay.
Well, Eddie's gone. Just like that. Bye. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Girls Like Girls.
This
is a coming of age movie similar to that of like eighth grade, where it's a girl moves back to her father's hometown after the death of her mother, and she meets some of the local kids around her age over the summer. Starts to kind of bond with them, but she's a little different. She's not one of the cool kids, and they're definitely in the cool kids category. So one of the gals in the group, this girl Sonia, kind of takes a real liking to her, and they become really close. Come to find out, they're kind of attracted to one another, and as they bond over the summer and spend more time with one another, realize they both have this mutual attraction. Sort of, I wouldn't say date, but this is again, it's a coming of age thing. So this is like the first time you ever kiss somebody, the first time you ever share, and kind of look across each other and make eyes. And unfortunately, her new friend Sonia is kind of conflicted. She feels as though she can't be out. She can't officially date Coley, the new girl. Based on what her family would think, what her friends would think. So, little drama ensues, little teenage girl drama. This takes place in the early 2000s, so things like AIM, AOL Instant Messenger are still around. So that's how they communicate. It was kind of fun, like going back and like they're using the old iPod Nano and all that kind of shit. But it was a really sweet film. The pacing was a little rough. It could have been kicked up a notch here or there. I always say if it feels like it's 15 minutes too long, it is. But it was a sweet coming of age story that has one of those endings where like you think it's a good ending, but you're not really sure exactly what's going to happen to the two girls. But if you enjoy films like that,
it
especially
does have a post-credit scene though. I do know that.
Yes, it does have a post-credit scene, and it is Pride Month, so a lot of these types of films are coming out.
The poor lesbians haven't gotten anything. Like hockey players and the gays got it all with heated rivalry. Let's give the gal something to salivate over. That's right.
And it's not sports related at all. So if you're sick and tired of the sports related stories, you'll be okay with this one. But again, it's very cute. It's very sweet. Again, harkens back to the feelings of 8th grade and films such as that. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. It didn't really move me, but it was quite good. Zach Braff is in this as well. He plays Coley's father. He was really great in it. It was nice to see a performance like that from him. So if you have a chance, check it out. Does it need to be seen in a cinema? Not necessarily. Like I said, it wasn't mind-blowing in that regard, but it was a good time. So check it out if you get the chance. And I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot more from Maya DaCosta, who plays Coley, and Mara Malley, who plays Sonia. So yeah.
Nice.
On to the next.
Light and colorful to dark and gritty. We got The Death of Robin.
No, you did see this one, right, John?
No, I didn't see this one. I'm gonna see it hopefully, but like it's one of those movies where I'm really on the fence on it because I'm gonna see it. It's just like I like the movie as a movie, but I hate what it does to like the Legend of Robin Hood. Because it's just like, he was grim, dark, edgy murderer. It's like, all right.
So Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is one of my top 5 favorite films of all time. I did not feel that way about. I love Robin Hood. Robin Hood, the character, is a beloved character in my life, but I didn't feel that way. I didn't have a problem with him being a heartless killing machine. I thought it was kind of badass. Like, oh hell yeah, Robin, go ahead with the body count. But this one was interesting because it was kind of like Logan if what is her name, X-23 was Merida from Brave. So it was the combination of Logan and Brave a little bit. I enjoyed it. Yes, it was brutal. Yes, it's very gory. There's a lot of blood and guts. There is some really graphic violence, but I did like it. I thought Hugh Jackman was really great in it, as much as I'm not a fan of Hugh Jackman these days. It was probably a half an hour too long, to be fair. But again, we find ourselves kind of as we know, because it's the death of Robin Hood, at the end of his story. So Robin is just kind of living this hermit life away from everyone. Somebody seeks him out and tries to end his life as revenge for him taking out their family. He gets the better of them, and then he meets up with who we know to be Little John. Little John says, hey, I know I haven't seen you in a minute, but I have a family of my own and they've been threatened and I need you to come help me out. So reluctantly, Robin Hood involves himself in Little John's drama, and that's where the movie takes off from there. So the trailer makes it seem like he's kind of traveling around a lot, but in this film, he really ends up in one particular place and is there the entire film, and that's where he does, spoiler alert, eventually does pass away. But again, it was...
Wait, you're telling me that Robin Hood dies in a movie called The Death of Robin Hood?
I mean, you never know, but yes. So, I thought it was very good. The acting was really good. Again, both from Hugh Jackman as well as the other members of the cast. Bill Skarsgård is in it. Jodie Comer, who we all love so much, and then Fintan Shelvin. There's a couple of different. I'm trying to find. There's one particular one. Oh, Murray Bartlett plays a leper, so you don't actually see. He's got a lot of prosthetics going on towards the end of the film, but everybody, I thought, did an excellent job. It was an interesting take on a classic tale, one that, like as John said, I don't know if you necessarily want to see him in that light, but if you like gratuitous violence,
it's like a bad thing to have darker iterations. Like for instance, a friend of mine, she is a big Robin Hood fan, of the traditional that kind of vibe. And this story was kind of done before in the film. I believe it was called Robin and Marian, where it had Sean Connery and Audrey Hepburn as Robin Hood and, Maid Marian. So that kind of does what this kind of does. This was back in the 70s, and it's sort of a spiritual successor to The Adventures of Robin Hood with Errol Flynn, which pretty much most people can agree is probably going to be the best Robin Hood adaptation of all time. But it's not like this
the cartoon's one of my favorites.
Before, but it's this one goes super duper.
Well, and I will say, just to reference some of the comments that are made in the chat here. So Dan was talking about the Prioress. So the Prioress is a character, but not connected to Robin Hood in the same way. Maid Marian is mentioned as well as the Sheriff of Nottingham, but they are also not featured in the film as well. They do kind of talk a little bit about the lore, and he kind of dismisses all of the well-known stories of what a great guy he is, and he keeps trying to tell everybody no, I'm really a piece of shit. Don't stop putting me on this pedestal. But again, it was dark. Again, yes, it was dark. It was brutal. It was gruesome, but I did enjoy it, and props to Hugh Jackman. He pulled off a really good accent. I was saying to Dan, hold on. Excuse me. I was saying to Dan, I couldn't tell if he was trying to come off as Irish or British, but I did enjoy it. So if you like Hugh Jackman, this is one I highly recommend.
What would you rate out of 10?
I would probably.
Yeah.
I would probably give it another 7 out of 10. I think this one is worth seeing in the cinema. It does have that kind of blue tinge to it the whole time, as seen in the movie poster there. But it was good. I mean, look at the hair, the makeup, everything was really well done, really believable as him as an old ass man.
Well, to be fair, okay, I will say this. Okay. Prince of Thieves. It wasn't like a childhood favorite of mine growing up. I like the movie. It's a fun time. But Kevin Costner tried to do the accent, but the thing is, the production gave him literally no fucking time to develop an accent.
Yeah.
So they hired a dialect coach. He did it for like 2 weeks, and they're like, fuck this, we gotta start production. Just use your American accent. And it's just like,
and it was, listen,
what happened.
it's fine. Again, somebody referenced the Robin Hood cartoon, the Disney cartoon. Listen, Little John's like what, from the South or something in that one, so let's everybody just calm down. Who gives a flying? It's about a fictional character, so it's fine. But again, if you enjoy Robin Hood films, if you enjoy Hugh Jackman films, I would say it's worth seeing in the cinemas on the big screen.
I'm really excited about this movie. I actually been really curious. I will say though, like if you asked a generative AI to generate an image of Logan with Hugh Jackman, I mean to say Hugh Jackman, it would be that looking, because AI sucks. But I mean, Logan was a great movie. This feels like it's Revenant, Logan, all those vibes all together. It looks a lot better.
Totally Kevin Costner's fault, but still.
Yeah. It looks a lot better than most other recent Robin Hood adaptations, Prince of Thieves aside. So I'm really excited. I
mean, the last two were
this.
pretty. Well, I mean, I heard that the CW one was pretty good.
I haven't hated any of them that I've seen so far, but as far as like them being on like an epic level, that of like Prince of Thieves, I would say this is right up there with that for sure. It's definitely
better than the last few
most
we've
recent,
gotten.
the most recent we got. Yeah,
I've heard the
exactly.
Taron Egerton one was pretty bad.
The writing was not the best. Yeah.
I remember I confused that with the Charlie Hunnam King Arthur.
That one I liked. I enjoyed that one. David Beckham was randomly in it.
Legendary kind of.
Yeah.
It blended in for me.
Yeah, they could have been.
Because you were thinking of dark, edgy crap.
Decisions were made. We could say that. Decisions were made.
Which was the fucking Ridley Scott Robin Hood, which was also apparently really bad. So
dark, edgy crap. Well, you know what's not dark, edgy crap? Toy Story 5. Let's talk about Toy Story 5, Liz.
Listen, John, I appreciate where you're coming from. I do. I know they should have stopped at Toy Story 3, but had they stopped at Toy Story 3, we would not have gotten Toy Story 5. And when I tell you this is the second film I'm giving a perfect score to, another perfect film of 2026.
What was your other one again? Sorry, was it Project Hail Mary?
Project Hail Mary, baby. Project Hail Mary. I would rate this one cinema. That's all I'm going to say. Truly, it is for everyone. You want to talk about a good time. You want to talk about all the feels, the nostalgia, but it also it's modernized, it's updated. Again, we've got tech is now taking over. They did a really, really nice job. There's a whole part about the new limited edition version of Buzz Lightyear. So now it's Buzz Lightyear has entered the tech world. So they do a really cool thing of going back and forth between, kind of telling the story of what's going on, the adventures of the new Buzz Lightyear toys and what's happening with the kids in Bonnie's room, with the toys in Bonnie's room. So they keep the movie moving the entire time. 100%. 100%. It is absolute cinema.
I feel terrible for not finishing that.
It is a beautiful film. It is a very thoughtful film. Again, we are talking about tech is now, which is exactly what's happening in our world right now. Social media is taking over all age groups, all levels. So that is a continuing theme in this film. Basically, the theme is how do we integrate tech, but also still helping children maintain a social life and learn how to be social and how to interact with one another. So as I was leaving the film, as I was leaving the theater, there was actually a couple in front of me talking about this and how they have seen these issues with their own children, and we're even saying like, yes, we let them use the tablet, but you know what? They're on we give them our cell phones way too much. We have to stop giving them access to our cell phones and So it really does what they're trying to, really does accomplish what they're trying to do with this. trying to bring this message across that you still need play in your life. And what does that look like now with the advances in technology? So please, I really encourage anyone to see this that can. There are end credit scenes as well for it. So please definitely check it out. It's worth seeing it in theaters. Again, I am rating this the second perfect film of 2026, rated cinema. So it's just, it is absolute cinema. It is exactly what we go to the movies for. You will be crying just like you do in the other Toy Story films. I think Toy Story 3 walked so that Toy Story 5 could run. This is all I'm gonna say. Let's ignore what happened in Toy Story 4. Completely irrelevant. Toy Story 5, absolutely fantastic.
Cool. Nice. Now let's get into further cinema. Liz, the both of us, something that we could talk about, because I just saw it today. When did you see The Furious?
I saw this on, I'm gonna say Monday.
Okay. I'm just curious because
Yeah.
it's still fresh in my mind, so you know.
Oh no. Certified fresh, baby. Certified fresh. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so I'll talk first since you already
Please.
talked. So like, yeah. I don't mean to sound selfish, but anyway. But so I just got back from seeing it. Like literally, I got out of the movie like 4 hours ago, probably more than around 3-4 hours ago. So this is essentially like, you know, kind of like a lot of people going into like, oh, it's just Hong Kong John Wick, and it's like, yes and no.
But also,
I mean,
yeah, who doesn't want that?
But at the same time, I will say, like, so it's essentially like this guy's, you know, daughter gets kidnapped, and he needs to rescue her, and then his path crosses with like this journalist.
If anything, it's Taken. It's Taken and John Wick.
I was thinking more Taken when I was watching.
Yeah,
this was more like Taken than John Wick.
Yeah,
but then he crosses paths with like this journalist who's trying to take down this, you know, undercover like human trafficking ring involving children, and they team up, and chaos and manly punches are crossed and fighting, and it's great. This is here's the thing: if you know a bit about like Hong Kong like action films, this is essentially just that packaged in a nice little bow. It has all the action, all of the gratuitous violence, punching, weaponry, also used mainly punching, but some weaponry, especially in that last fight, holy shit, was used. But it's like mainly like mono punching. Sometimes it's 3 people, sometimes it's 4 people. But
well, and again, it's John Wick in the sense that like they use whatever's available in the room that they're in. So not your traditional weapons, but there's a scene in particular towards the end. They're fighting in a police station, and there's a scene in particular between 2 gentlemen, and just there are just 2 tables in the room, and they utilize the tables as their scrapping, and it's just holy shit. Dude.
It does show that like. With a lot of countries that are not the US, how they truly know certain genres a lot better than we do. Like I would say like Japan is up there with horror, Hong Kong and is definitely up there with action, and you know it's like a lot of you know, I think the Brits definitely have better dramas than we do, sometimes even better comedies. But I think with this, it's just like it's like paper thin plot. It just guy needs to get his daughter, finds this other guy, let's attack this crime ring, and the action is fucking glorious and gratuitous, and the villains are one-dimensional as fuck. Compliment.
Well,
because it's just like they're just evil. They're just evil human traffickers. I just want to say, and that's so refreshing.
Yeah. And speaking of one of the villains, Yayan Ruyan, just because people are mentioning The Raid, we mentioned John Wick. Yaya Ruyan has been in both of those films. He was in The Raid too. He was in John Wick. He is a well-known Asian fighter. You've seen him in a lot of films, basically anything that has to do with Kung Fu or anything of the like. He was also in the episode 4, This Force Awakens. He was in both The Raid. He was in The Raid and The Raid 2. So it was cool to see him kind of usually he's kind of like an aside character, but in this one he definitely played a bigger role, and he was the big bad. He's the guy in red there at the bottom. He was like the unstoppable force.
I fucking
he's been in a number of things. You've absolutely seen him before, but this is the first time I feel like they really like kind of let him like unleash him. Why are we okay? Yes, there he is in the red. We know this gentleman. But yeah, I agree, John.
Awesome.
It was a good time.
He was awesome.
A good time. It was wild. And he was evil, dude.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
But it's also like, because I know a lot of people, because there was actually quite a few people in my, I'm fucking, goddamn it. So there was quite a few.
Sorry, I mixed up a few photos.
No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. You know, like fucking Fast and Furious wishes it was this beats that
Genuinely.
franchise into a pulp. Like Wang Wei fucking beats all the people in this fucking movie. That's the main character of the movie. But I'm with you on that, Liz. I can't wait for Street Fighter. That looks like so much fun. I don't give a fuck. But I just had a blast with this. Like, it's a lot of people in my theater, as I was saying, it was, you know, there was not like crowded or anything. It was a smaller theater too, but it was like still I'm like, because I was worried, like, well, two things. One, the woman who was checking my ticket, she said theater 12, and I'm like, it's theater 2, but I'm like, oh, she probably read it wrong. But then when I went to go into the theater, I noticed that a lot of people were coming in. I'm like, am I in the wrong movie? Why are so many people showing up to this weird Hong Kong action movie that nobody knows exists?
So good.
You know what? I hope you win a Razzie figure drawing for your bullshit attitude. So, you know what?
Also, who gives a fuck if it wins a Razzie? It doesn't mean it's a bad movie. What are you talking about? Bad movies are still good movies. What the fuck? You guys need to broaden your horizons. Like,
yeah. Like, The Thing was
brain.
nominated for a
Fuck's
Razzie.
sakes.
Is that a bad movie figure drawing?
He-Man's gonna be nominated for a Razzies, and it's gonna be well-deserved, and I still fucking love that movie, and I can't wait for the sequel. So what the fuck?
Anyway,
You guys are ridiculous.
But, yeah, like, I loved all of this. I would say there's a couple flaws. I would say the ADR with certain characters, certain English-speaking characters, you can tell. I'm like, that's not the actor that's talking right now.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There were some weird editing choices structurally. Like, I felt like, especially at the end, it was like very like haphazardly edited together. I was just like, oh, that was a little bit of a whiplash. Not bad, but like the action scenes very well edited. I just mean like from a structural point of view, it felt weirdly edited, but like the action scenes very well edited, very dynamic, very, you know, very well done. I meant more of like a bigger picture kind of thing rather than like small scenes. And then it was a little bit slow in the middle. I think maybe it could have been. It was.
Yeah.
I think it was like
Again, it was one of those that
more than 2 hours.
It could have been 15, 30 minutes, a little too long.
But
I think I
the
agree.
thing is, there's a point where it's like you think it's going to end, and then it goes on for like another 20, 30 minutes. And I'm not saying that those 20, 30 minutes are bad. It just, the way it was, again, the way it was edited, the way it was structured felt very off.
But I agree, John. They made you absolutely hate the villains in this one. There was there was
and
no. They were not nice
there was
guys.
a point. I don't want to spoil it. I'll mention it to you after we're done. But like, there was a point where the villain says something. I'm like, bro, you literally did that to yourself. So it's like, the fuck.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, but like again,
about.
the action scene. I love like this. The fight between Wang Wei, the journalist. I fucking forget his name. And the brute. In the fucking like warehouse, like the ice warehouse. Like this fucking. They were hitting this guy over and over again, and then like they fucking this dude in the head, and he gets up, and the entire theater was like, are you fucking kidding me? What is this? But the thing is, that's what's great about these Hong Kong action movies, is that they're in like almost a heightened sense of reality, where these guys get fucking
they get rocked.
They are like still like reasonably fine. Like, somebody gets like stabbed with 3 arrows, totally fine. Like, like there was a certain scene where this dude gets stabbed like 7 trillion times. I'm like, I don't know if he's dead though. Like, in this world, like, he might not be dead. Like, but honestly, this was definitely just a hell of a time. I would say go, if it's at your theater, which I don't know if it is, because again,
Yeah.
it's a foreign film.
But again,
so
I
it's
mean,
a little
if
weirder,
just
but
purely if you enjoy kung fu type films, it is a
martial arts
classic
kinda
kung fu
movie.
martial arts film. Yeah, for sure.
great time, so much fun, love it.
I mean, I was just gonna say,
yeah.
at least like today, like Hollywood has caught on enough that you don't have this going on in Hong Kong.
Oh, sorry.
And then James Bond is, comes in and just does like, like when what was his name? Sean Connery was still Bond, he would go in and just grab somebody and then put him to sleep and move on. And then you watch a Hong Kong action movie and they're fighting for 20 minutes and like dying five
the
times
thing
over.
is, the difference, it's kind of a bad like comparison because technically the James Bond are spy movies. He's trying to be like low key about shit.
Yeah,
so, like,
but when have you ever just like pulled on like a headlock and then you put him down like in 2 seconds and moved on?
I don't think any of us have ever
conveniently?
put anyone in a headlock.
You know,
for
like
goodness
I'm just
sake.
saying,
It's not a normal thing. Yeah.
But what I'm
but
saying
yeah.
is just like it's gotten a lot better in Hollywood, but it still doesn't reach
Yeah.
the levels of excellence
No,
of the
never
fight
reaches
choreography
like
that
this.
it does. And by the
I
way,
mean, I was
James
just
Gunn took
talking
his
about this the
entire
other day, where
like
it's,
James
the
Gunn took
Raid
his entire
2,
Man of
they,
Tomorrow
like,
crew took them, to
You
see
know.
it. Yeah.
Nice.
The
The
oh my
rad,
god, are you still on this figure drawing? Jesus Christ. But yeah, I would give it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, we're
I
moving
thought it
on
was
from
great.
Street Fighter.
I give
can't
it a
wait to see
9 out
this
of
movie.
10. I don't know what you give it, Liz, but I thought it was great.
Yeah, I would go ahead and put it right up there. I mean, 8.5, 9, yeah, out of 10 for sure. Again, a
Hell
good one
yeah.
to see on the big screen, if you
Yeah.
can.
Hell yeah. But next up, a movie I already saw
Yeah.
and already talked about. So
Yeah.
Liz, did you
I-
absolutely abhor this movie or did you love it like I did?
I did not abhor it. I enjoyed it. But it didn't move me the way it's moved other audiences. I've heard people say nothing but wonderful things, how much they enjoyed it, how much they appreciated it. I'll be honest, for me, in the theater watching it, I don't know that if I knew nothing about it and I just sat down to watch the film, I don't know that I would know that this was a Steven Spielberg film. But that being said, I did enjoy it. I thought it was beautifully made. It was very well done. All of the acting, of course, fantastic. It would be nice if we could see like one Emily Blunt film where she doesn't have a panic attack, but okay. And for me, the last 10 minutes was the best of the film, quite frankly. And I talked to John and Dan about this on the aside. The actress, what was her name again? We say her name was Courtney Grace.
Courtney Grace.
Courtney Grace was in the last 10 minutes of the film, and she
Grace
stole the
Blunt
entire.
Save Stars?
She. That's right. Good job, John. And she stole the entire film for me. I mean, I
That's
was just.
what I heard. It was like I remember what's the Pop Culture Brain, the nerdy looking guy with the glasses and swoop in his hair. I watch a lot of his videos. I'm not really subscribed to him, but he's always on my feed, and I'm like, I enjoy him. He has a good like cadence to his voice, and he makes things interesting to watch. So I usually tend to watch him. But he was like, "Oh my god, she was the best part of the movie. Oh my god, it was so
looking
good."
guy with glasses.
And when I finally
John.
watched it, I'm like, I'm not denying it was very well done, but I'm like, oh my god, like it wasn't like the greatest
truly. I mean,
ever.
I
but I
think
get
that's
why
just what it
people
was.
were like, oh my god.
Yeah, well, I
So-
think that's what it was too. Is that a lot of people said that they felt like they saw the Easter eggs that Spielberg had put in there, referencing a lot of his other alien related films and projects, and I got all of that. Again, I enjoyed it, but for me, that last 10 minutes, I think the problem is when you have the high caliber of cast that we have, I expect Colin Firth to hit it every time. I expect Emily to hit it every time. I expect Coleman to hit it every time. But the last 10 minutes with Courtney Grace, that sold the entire film for me. That
it
really,
felt real. It felt like it was like really happening.
That's what pulled my emotions to the surface. That's what really just at that last 10 minutes, I was like, oh, fuck me. That's what made it really real. So again, if you get the chance, if you enjoy UFO, alien, whatever we're calling it, extraterrestrial films, check it out for sure. Can you talk
try not
spoilers?
to
No,
talk
let's be
spoilers.
cool. It's only been a week, man. Let's pump the brakes. Come back next week and you can do that maybe. But give people chances to see it. So yeah, if you guys get a chance, the special effects were cool, fucking lens flares, because apparently that's a thing now. Every time there's an alien involved, there's got to be a fucking lens flare too. Sure. But for me, that was part of it. I was like, this doesn't feel like a Spielberg film. But hey, you know what? The man did the damn thing, and good for you, Steven. I can't say shit, you know? That guy has given us some of the best cinema we've ever given. I would go ahead and I'd probably give it a 7.58 out of 10. Again, the pacing was not the best for me. But you know, I didn't walk away feeling how a lot of people felt.
Like I was so enraptured in the experience that it
I mean, he definitely did the job in like the entire film. You're sitting there being like, what the fuck is this about? Like, what are we doing here? So for that, absolutely. And again, one that I feel should absolutely be seen in a theater. So if you get the chance, please try and check it out. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And we have one final film. Let's bring back.
You want to talk about cinema, guys?
We're gonna bring back the Fashion Runway background music.
You want to talk about cinema? Let's talk about Stop That Train.
There you go.
Listen, again, bitches, it's Pride Month. This movie did exactly what it said. You absolutely knew what you were getting in the trailer. This is just fun for the sake of fun. The movie had a very low budget. It was clearly all of it was shot on one sound studio. I mean, I feel like I could have erected the sets in my backyard. That's how it kind of looked half the time. But it was just about being campy and goofy and fun, and it was a good fucking time. You got some really good cameos. That wasn't the only thing
erected on the set.
Oh, baby. You've got some really good cameos in this one. Sarah Michelle Gellar is throughout the film. She has a really good time. Pretty much all the stars of Drag Race have been on it. Jerry O'Connell randomly is in it. Nicole Sullivan from Mad TV. Chris Parnell. Nicole Richie. A lot of really just fun random cameos. But it's campy. It's delightful. If you want to turn your brain off for an hour and a half, go ahead and check it out. If you don't want to enjoy fun and goofiness and a little bit of whimsy, then go see something else. But this was a good time. Not for children, of course. They had some adult situations in there, but it was fun. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. But like I said, it was a good time. It was fun to watch it in the cinema. It's Pride Month. Go ahead and support. So, yeah, sure. That's all I'll say.
That's been Lizz at the Movies, guys. Let's go.
That was a lot of fun.
Thanks, Dan.
Spoilers.
But you know what else?
The train stopped. Thank you. We will allow that. Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. The day was disclosed.
I will say Chris Parnell is always really funny, and he was exceptionally funny in this one. So
spoiler.
It was literally the 1970s 80s film Airplane, just but queer, but queer and cunty and on a train. So it's a good time.
The next one could be on a plane and then on a boat. And yeah. Be like Lizz. Support cinema.
Stop that boat, baby. Stop that boat. Hey, that could be a great t-shirt.
Be like Lizz. Support cinema. Yeah. We could make that. That could be, yeah.
We always say we're going to do it and then we don't. Anyway. Quick hit
Hey,
time.
we will eventually. Let's move on. Quick hits.
Yeah. The quick hits will hopefully be quick because apparently Luca Guadagnino's Sam Altman OpenAI film Artificial dropped by Amazon MGM Studios. The news comes just a couple months after Jeff Bezos' company said it would be investing $50 billion with a B in OpenAI as part of a multi-year strategic partnership. So yeah, I'm gonna take a wild guess. This probably didn't paint your boy in a
not a good light.
So they're like,
Amazon,
let's drop it.
They made a $50 million sacrifice for a $50 billion investment. It's fucking sucks, but oh well. Like, what else can you expect?
Jeff Bezos is a bitch. Anyway, what else is new?
Hey, Figueroa wants to bet on Doomsday with you.
I'm not
$25?
Last time I made a
for
bet,
1.8
I fucked
Billy?
up before the movie came out, all right? Anyway,
Steven.
but in the month of our Lord, June, Pride Month, You know, Millie Alcock was talking about how Supergirl could possibly be a good queer icon type of thing. She probably goes both ways, which is fairly obvious. Like, there are plenty of comics where Elseworld or otherwise where it seems like she kind of is, so it's not like totally out of nowhere. You know, so yeah, and it's great. And then of course this guy, he's a dickhead. He has to fucking lowball the last part. Oh, and it's like it's below expectations. Gee, I wonder why. God forbid if the gays are doing anything right. Not like heated rivalry stop the fucking country in its tracks or anything, but like, sure, buddy, the gays are ruining everything.
I will say, John, just to make you proud, I have not watched and will not watch or read Heated Rivalry just because of all the hype. I'm pulling a John on this one.
Okay.
I'm just not interested,
sure
and I'm also
Fiona's
not
very
attracted
upset
to
with
either.
that.
Well, but I've told her. No, but I've told her I'm also not attracted to either of the two guys, so it's got nothing for me.
Yeah. I was gonna say though, like, as far as this quote, so there was a red carpet interview, I think in London, where Millie Alcock was asked about this, and she was like, well, we don't really have a love interest for Kara in the movie, but you know, I guess she could go both ways. Like, you know, like, so it was just Millie Alcock answering a question on the red carpet. So before people get their, like, there's
my brother in Christ. People have
referencing-
already gotten their panties in a twist.
Yeah.
It's whatever. The fucking
fine.
douchebag bro flakes are gonna get their goddamn little bitch boy panties in a twist because gay people exist. So you know what? They can cry all the way back to their fucking basement. So
And you know what? If Supergirl is bi, then that's awesome. Like,
isn't that hot? Aren't
That's
these guys
hot.
like fucking jerking off to lesbian porn anyway? So like, shut the fuck up. Like, goddamn.
exactly.
Fucking loser. Goddamn. Fucking.
No, but
whatever.
she can only be the hot lesbian that they want. If she's driving a Subaru, well then
yeah,
fuck
if
that
she was
bitch.
Sydney Sweeney, then they'd be into it. But the fact that she's not, that's why. Duh. How stupid of me. Anyway, behind the scenes photo of Millie Alcock and Supergirl. Cool, great.
I like this
awesome.
because you know what confuses me a little bit is like they're doing all this stuff on blue screens and our costumes blue.
Well,
I'm
some
like, it
people
makes
are
their
into that.
jobs a
Some
little
people are
harder.
into bestiality. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but like, if you're
Yeah,
into
not
it,
for me. Not
just-
for me.
just make sure it's not in real life. Just keep it to fictional stuff. Okay? Anyway,
this is a pretty good photo. That suit looks like it was a really good.
I mean, we caught. I'm pretty sure this was the ones that UHD box was that box UHD, whatever that guy.
Right. But this is like an official still. Like, I know what you're talking about. We were getting a lot of those set photos, right?
We saw this being filmed when it was being like the tank sequence.
No, we've seen
like,
this is like on a space some kind of thing because you see a lot of the action they shot here in the trailers. So yes, absolutely. This might even be like part of the third act, or maybe at least in the second act, I guess. She's fighting like a whole army. So yeah, I mean the suit looks great. I really love, and it's a good fit, and it's also obviously Craig Gillespie there working on the action.
I think that looks a lot better than what was in.
They made it a lot
Superman,
bigger,
but
gave it a
that's
lot
just
more
me.
detail. Because like the
I mean in the
Supergirl
comic
suit in
it's
Superman
fucking
was very
huge.
basic.
It's like her entire abdomen. But yeah, I like what they did there. It looks really cool.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah.
And yes, Hunter, we'll
up,
get to that in a moment. Yeah, don't worry.
Next up, is this a threat? Famke Jensen says Marvel made a mistake, not asking for a return for Avengers Doomsday.
No, they didn't. They did exactly
is
what we
Famke
wanted
Jensen
them to do.
gonna have the Phoenix Force or something? Jesus Christ! All right, is that a threat?
You know what? She might even just be playing
Nobody
us.
likes
Who
Jean
knows? She might
Grey
actually
anyway.
show up.
Nobody likes Jean Grey anyway.
She's doing okay.
I mean,
she's
I don't
she's got
mind
a show
Jean
or two
Grey.
that
She's
working
just
on
not
right
an interesting character to me.
That's
It's
what I'm
because
saying.
she's a woman. No, I'm just kidding. But
Oh,
yeah,
no.
both her and Cyclops suck. Like both of them are
Cyclops
boring.
fucking
Like,
sucks.
Cyclops sucks. Yeah, honestly, yeah, fucking both.
Yeah,
Have
I
them fuck
didn't
each
know
other,
the
so I don't gotta
Cyclops
worry about
was
anything.
bi, but
Honestly,
okay. Yeah,
I'm
cool.
just gonna say this: Wolverine doesn't deserve Jean Grey. He deserves Storm.
No, that's true.
It should be Wolverine and Storm, 100%. Black Panther can go fuck off. All right, like Wolverine and Storm.
Bro, fucking come on. Wolverine, T'Challa, Logan, T'Challa. I can't agree
Well, if
with
we're
you on that
talking
one.
like Hugh Jackman Wolverine, who's 6 foot, then the ladies will be interested. In the comics, he's 5'3", so ladies aren't into that. But you know, he can still fuck. It's fine. Anyway, but Star Wars, Ian McDiarmid details George Lucas's unseen plans for an Emperor Palpatine TV series. Gross. Don't like that. Gross. Anyway.
Yeah, never happened, so we're
Yeah,
okay.
and also, who wants that? Who wants that? No one's asking
Somehow, Palpatine returned.
Yeah, gross. Anyway, you know it's not returning? Doctor Who for the time being. Apparently, according to somebody, probably like The Sun or some dog shit tabloid rag saying
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
But Doctor Who was canceled to avoid Russell T Davies delivering a Christmas-shaped bomb. Okay, yeah. Yeah, tell me more about how fucking Chris Marshall is going to be the next Doctor. The Sun. You're not even good to wipe my ass with. Shut the fuck up. Anyway.
Gosh darn.
Dungeon Crawler Carl, a TV series based on books ordered by Peacock from Seth MacFarlane's Fuzzy Door. I know a little bit about this because my friend posted it, but
these books are on my list. I will be reading this entire series. I'm just about wrapped up with the Children of Blood and Bone series. I've caught up with all the Hunger Games, so I will be ready when this comes out. I am pumped. Let's go.
Cool.
Nice.
Sounds like fun. But apparently this person was doing something stupid. I bought a breathalyzer and drank along with the characters in Spider-Man. Oopsie poopsie. 12
That's
slugs of whiskey in less
hilarious.
than half an hour is not a great idea.
Great.
Oopsie poopsie
That is-
indeed.
That's a great way to spend a weekend. Good
That's
for
a
you,
great way
sir.
to get alcohol poisoning.
Good for
'Cause
you. I
my
think
brother
that's
in Christ,
hilarious.
they were built different back then.
That
they were
is
built different.
Oh yeah. That is hilarious. Good for you.
I just love the longer the show goes on, the more Nick Cage does Nick Cage things. Like, I just oopsie poopsie. The whole did you get to the bar stuff? Did you get to the bar fight
I didn't get to
scene?
that
No?
scene. I'm still
okay, because you
I'm
gotta
still,
love
like,
that.
on the
Come
beginning
on.
of episode 5.
Yeah, alcohol poisoning
I
is
know,
not
I
good,
need to.
though.
I'll hopefully watch it this weekend, maybe at some point. But yeah,
I might do a rewatch. It's actually really fun, and it gets better as it goes. So yeah.
Then we get to the probably biggest quick hit, but Masters of the Universe set for sequel. Despite dismal box office, we already talked about this, but this is the official story. So we're probably going to get another one because, again, Jeff Bezos can blow his load on whatever thing he fucking wants. So
well, I mean, it depends on what you think about it. But what I will say is,
he can blow his load with his penis rockets.
What?
Okay, we're John. Nobody needs to know that. But it's good to see that obviously Amazon MGM is putting their faith behind a franchise, even though the box office wasn't the best. Because most of the time, if a movie performs like the way Master of the Universe did, you're not gonna get to see a sequel. So
yeah, if this was like by a normal studio like Universal, Warner Brothers, this would have nope. Send it to the Shadow Realm.
Well, I'll be interested to see where they go with that. I mean, will they have the same budget? Will they downsize? Like, are they going to
probably downsize it a little
like,
bit? Maybe they'll do like a She-Ra spinoff first, and then spoiler alert. You know, and then just do that, and then do like a sequel. That would be fun. Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, I'd buy it. All right, cool. Well, that's the quick hits and the news. We'll leave that there, and of course, we're not done yet. As per always, we got to get into some DCU daily talk. I know Hunter has been asking us a question about Clayface. We'll get to that in a few minutes. And so much more. All right. Well, with that, let's get blessed, everybody.
It's another project that's been blessed from the beginning.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see
right there.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Now you want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts. Here we go.
Victory mine. Ask me how am I doing? I'm telling you, really, I'm doing sublime. I never wait in the stewardess line. I just go do it. I'm moving my time. Really had nothing to do with it. How am I moving? I'm moving like you want to shine. Follow my lead. Don't listen to lies. I had to put me all in the line. That's why I know that victory's mine.
I prefer Jared Leto.
Hunka hunka!
All right, welcome on into another episode of DCU Daily. Of course, we got a lot to get into today. There's some important things. Of course, we'll talk about Supergirl. We'll talk about the box office projections. We got more promos and, behind the scenes look at both Lobo. We even got some more Audrey Arjona talk to get into. And of course, we have some news about Clayface, potentially a big star maybe joining the cast of Clayface kind of late in the game here, but I saw it come through. It's not coming from like any big reputable sources, but we'll get into it. We'll talk about it. With me today, of course, I've got John. John, what part of DC are you excited about?
Those quick hits, bro. Those are I'm glad have my water here because I'm gonna be thirsty after those. Goddamn. Plus, I had
All right,
popcorn
Liz,
today.
what
So a
are
lot of
you
sodium.
excited?
What am I excited about? I mean, it's all everything. Supergirl, Jason Momoa, Adria. Is that how we pronounce it?
I think it's Audrey.
Yeah, it's Adria. I think.
Audria,
Is it Adria? I say Audrey.
Adria,
Whatever. Adria, because like the J is silent.
Aaron Paul, Crypto. Let's just get into it. I'm ready. Here we go.
Anyway,
Okay.
so as we know, Adria Arjona was at the Supergirl premiere. Starting off our quick hits and just let it, you know what? Okay,
You were telling me yesterday,
if Liz
John.
can have a lady boner over John Bernthal, can't I fucking admire like
Have all the boners you want, John. Bone away. Good for you, buddy. And listen, I have a lady boner for her too. Hell yeah. Have you looked at her? Do you have eyes in your fucking face? Come on.
Yeah, and fucking
Jesus.
Jason Momoa, you
and then
lucky,
look at the two of them together. My
lucky
God.
son of a bitch.
My
They
God.
would produce very beautiful
Woo!
children. Not
Good Lord.
Like, not gonna lie. They got some hot, they would have some hot ass babies. Anyway, but I'm glad they're happy together. Yes, very much, absolutely. I'm glad they're happy, they're doing their thing. Good times had by all. Yes. We love a good boob window. Power Girl? Anyway.
Okay.
But
yes. I thought this was a PG-13 stream. It is. We straddle the line, but we don't cross
straddle? Well, she's straddling
Okay,
Momoa.
okay.
Anyway.
All right. But of course, you know what that all leads to, John? It leads to speculation that indeed she is Wonder Woman. She certainly looks the part, don't you think? She's in great shape.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys? Do you guys? Where are you guys right now? Like, Liz, do you feel like this is still like she's Maxima because she's cast in Man of Tomorrow, or will she be playing Wonder Woman?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know who Maxima is, but she could be Wonder Woman. Sure. Why not?
No, she's too short though. She's only 5'7".
They put her in heeled boots anyway, John, because apparently that's the only way women can fight fucking crime. Don't get me started, buddy. But listen, I would be happy.
No, I'm making fun of the people. I know. Want her as Wonder Woman. I'm making fun of the dumb because I have a friend of mine. She's like, she shouldn't be Wonder Woman because nothing like about her says Wonder Woman, and she's fucking short. And it's like, fucking, you go.
Who
get
gives
some
a
pussy. Goddamn.
Yeah, Jen. I don't know. Anyway. I would have no problem with her being Wonder Woman. I like her. I still think our girl Issa should be Wonder Woman because I'm really on her right now these days. She is so hot right now. Well, is that her name? Issa? Fuck's sake.
Issa Rae? Is that you talking about? She was in Barbie? No. Okay.
No. What the shit is her name? Yeah, our Isa Gonzalez.
Isa Gonzalez.
Isa.
Yes, 10 days.
I think she should be Wonder Woman. I've got a lady boner hard for her at the moment. I'd like to see her in everything.
Isa Gonzalez. Personally, I think she would be better as Jessica Cruz. You guys would have gotten that if you fucking voted for DCU Jessica Cruz for Fancast Friday, but no, all the fucking soccer heads had to come in and fucking be like, oh, we're voting for FIFA. Fuck you guys. Honestly, I don't even want to do it now. You frankly don't fucking deserve it. You don't deserve to have my fucking opinions on Jessica Cruz. Losers. Anyway.
I think like Adria Arjona could be a great Wonder Woman. And that well, we'll get into the Fancast Friday stuff later. But what I was gonna say is you can fake the height on camera. Like there's never been any issues with like Tom Cruise not being tall enough or anything. It's not gonna matter as much once you get into it. And I mean, Gina Carano, for example, is 5'8", and she looked plenty big, like, you know, so there's ways to kind of, you know, get around height limit. Like and honestly, I don't think it's that central to the character, but it's more going to be, can she carry herself as like a superhero character? Because you got to have the, you know, the ability to the physicality of the role, the action sequences, because yes, you'll have stunt doubles, but you know, you still got to do some of your own stuff as well. So, and I don't know if Adria has done a ton of work that sort of shows she can do that, but then again, neither had Gal Gadot, and when she got cast, so
yeah, well, she just killed people in real life.
Dude, but you like it's mandatory in this.
Okay.
Anyway. Not to
I
kill
was just
people,
following
to be in
orders.
military service.
Where have we
is
heard that
mandatory.
before?
Anyway. Well, South Korea also has mandatory,
Yeah,
like,
it's not the
a lot
only
of
place that
countries
has
have it.
conscription. Yeah. Let's move along.
Anyway, go to prison.
Let's talk about
Don't be a
Clayface.
bitch. Anyway,
Yeah.
Aaron Paul. Speaking of lady boners, here we are.
What a bitch. Just kidding. Love you, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron Paul's great. We love Aaron Paul.
No, it's because he says bitch all the time. That's the whole, you guys.
That's the whole point. Yeah, no, I got it.
I know, but like, I still don't like you calling him a bitch. Anyway, Aaron Paul's great, and
he would like me calling him a bitch.
But yeah, so it's obviously we don't know the role that he's going to play, in this movie. Like, so somebody jokes that, oh, Aaron Paul is Batman, confirmed. But which would be definitely an interesting choice. But yo, Commissioner, my bitch. Anyway, but we got
somehow that would
James,
be hilarious.
We got
that would be funny. But you know what? Clayface looking promising. Aaron Paul joins the new Clayface film in a minor role, though, John, because in the article, they talk. So this is what they say in the article. This is coming from featurefirst.net. It's not the most reputable source.
Yeah.
So, but it is an exclusive. We'll again, like, we'll make a correction if this turns out to not be true. But they have learned that Aaron Paul will be joining Tom Rhys-Harris, Naomi Ackie, Max Minghella, and Eddie Marsan in the film. According to the source, fans can expect his involvement in the film to be brief and a minor role. It marks the first time that Paul has collaborated with James Watkins, and of course Peter, Matt Reeves, Peter Safran, James Gunn, Lynn Harris, who are all producing the movie. Now, the cast of the movie it's kind of small. Like, this isn't the biggest movie they're putting out. It's made on a much smaller budget, so you only have 4 leads really. Well, Tom Rhys-Harris is the lead. Naomi Ackie seems to be like the love interest. Max Minghella and Eddie Marsan are like the 2 biggest supporting actors. But I mean, you put in Aaron Paul, and all of a sudden, like, he's the highest profile actor of the bunch in the movie. So he does raise the profile of the film, even if he's in a minor role. So, and my thing would be, like, how have we not learned about this before? It must really be some kind of cameo or something kind of small. Maybe they did some reshoots. Like, do you, John, care to speculate what character he might be playing? Because I feel like it's more likely that he's cameoing to kind of be like, oh, he's a well-known character from the greater Gotham City part of the cinematic universe, rather than somebody who's going to have a very direct involvement in the plot of the movie.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. I think, I think that could definitely be the case. Like, oh, hey, it's just he's kind of name dropped and whatever the hell. Honestly, who he could be good as, and this is going to be kind of sort of a deep cut for certain people, but I think he would make a really good Jack Ryder, who is a kind of a journalist character in the DC Comics. He eventually becomes the anti-hero Creeper, and who was created by Steve Ditko back in the 60s. And he has appeared in a couple adaptations. I think he's appeared in some animated stuff, but like that's kind of it. Not a huge character, but I think it would be small enough to be like, oh yeah, mention him and whatever, and then it's like, oh, we can use that later on if he wants to, and that we can recast him, whatever. If it's Aaron Paul doesn't want to come back, it's small enough to make it work. But Creeper has been associated with Batman a little bit, not a ton, but I definitely think that could be the case of it's this really small character, well-known character. I'm just saying Jack Ryder would be interesting to have, because Creeper is an underrated character. So but yeah, I think that could be cool. I don't know if anybody here knows Jack Ryder. I know Liz doesn't, but I don't know if anybody in the comments does. I mean, it's it's a Batman
really
villain
Joker,
movie without Batman, but
that's pretty loose comparison. It's very superficial,
very
to say
loose
that.
comparison.
Yeah.
So
because it's also
yes,
Joker was
yes,
not
he
attached to a
was.
cinematic universe. Yeah.
He was also in Batman Cape Crusader, but that one sucked ass. So
I mean, a creeper could be a good way to go. I know that in the chat, Hunter was saying there's rumors going around that Aaron Paul might play Matt Hagen's father. So maybe in like a flashback sequence. So it would limit his role, obviously, but he wouldn't be, I don't know, I guess a very well-known DC character, just like he plays Matt Hagen's father, which would be interesting. I mean, again, the source on even this story is a little, shifty. So I don't know how much I believe it, but hey, Pluto saying, I'm going to stand on business and say right now, Clayface is about to be the DC's highest grossing movie. You think Clayface is going to make more money than Superman? I mean, look.
Yeah, it's not going to be a family-friendly thing. It's not going to be for all
maybe
audiences,
the most
so I don't agree.
profitable because of the lower budget, but highest grossing, definitely not. I mean, not. The horror fan in me would love it. But here's the thing, Obsession has everyone's attention right now, and that only has that's around the $300 million mark, and Superman made over $600 million. That's very wishful thinking. I don't even know what, the highest grossing horror movies was the It franchise, but that's a big IP, so
we'll note that down. Here's the thing: you could have said that about nobody thought the Joker was going to make $1 billion. It was a rated R movie about a Batman character without Batman in the movie. Somehow it defied all the odds. So it's not impossible. Stranger things have happened, but not that Stranger Things. But John, if you want to note it down, Pluto's already given us his prediction for Clayface's box office. I don't know what you guys have. If you guys are watching, if you have a prediction for the film right now, it's a little early to tell, given that it's still 5 months away. Well, not exactly, but still several months away. Liz, if you were to make a prediction based on what you know about Clayface, do you feel like it could be a big hit, or do you think it's
I think so. I mean, just from the chatter alone, this is one that the fans have really been waiting for. It's a character that everyone seems to really like, right. And I mean, even when he made that appearance in Creature Commandos and things like that, people were really excited about it because it's not a character that has been out in the mainstream just yet. Again, they seem to kind of regurgitating characters, and so every time we get somebody new new to the mainstream, I should say, it's always exciting. So I think it'll do well, but again, this is not going to be one that's for all audiences. And certainly if you're not interested in comic books at all, you're not going to be seeing this. So I'm seeing it purely out of curiosity, even though I also don't care for body horror, as you guys know. So I'm seeing it. I don't know if I'm going to like it. So, with that in mind, let's not get too excited about the box office, but I think it will do well to a degree.
Yeah. MTG is saying it will make at least $230 million. And that's a huge profit at $40 million budget. I don't think they're going to spend much more than that on marketing. So even if they are all in $80 million, that's still a very, very healthy profit. 350 on the high end for MTG. Enterprising saying, so let's say 230 to 350 for MTG. Enterprising saying right now 300 million on the low end, but could be higher if the hype around revs up, which I'm sure it will. But 300 million would be very respectable. I personally think Clayface is probably looking at 300 to 400 million. That's your range. It's kind of like Supergirl numbers. The reason why Supergirl's numbers feel a little depressed by comparison is because it's coming out between two really big animated family movies. So, and Clayface, being rated R as a horror film, it's been a good year for horror again. So, and it comes out at a time of the year where we don't have the kind of competition Supergirl has at the box office. So, I mean, there's going to be other movies. I don't think Clayface is going to stand out that much as a big blockbuster. This is still remember, I don't know if you saw the trailer, Liz, because it is very much a horror movie. When you watch the trailer, if you remove the DC Studios logo from the movie and the parts of the trailer, you couldn't tell that this was about a superhero character,
I think that's to their benefit. I think that's really cool. I think that's going to draw more, particularly, of course, horror audiences. I think that's really smart. That they're kind of, and I think those tend to do well, right? We've seen that in the past as well. Most films that you don't necessarily when we could talk about Wonder Man, for example, right, on Disney Plus. If they don't market it, if they don't really outwardly make it feel like a superhero project, they tend to do really well. And I think people kind of they try to, everybody wants to put something in a box, right? So I think this trailer is definitely going to help grab the attention of a broader range of audiences for sure.
Yeah. And it's really niching down to the horror crowd, which I think James Gunn said, this is not a superhero movie that happens to, cross over with horror. It is a horror film. And that trailer was more I was surprised how much it just felt like a pure horror movie, which I think, like you said, Liz, will work to his benefit. And hopefully we'll see if it has any breakout potential beyond it. But even 300 to 400 million would be very profitable and would prove the idea that you can make a superhero based kind of character genre movie for 40-50 million and have it be very successful. And it doesn't need to be a $1 billion movie like the Joker was for it to be considered successful. So I think on that level, it's going to be, crazier things have happened before at the box office, but I'm not going to put all my eggs in the basket of like it's going to be a $700 million movie just yet. We'll see. I mean, nobody would have predicted that for the Joker even, but like, the closer we get to it, we'll see how it's tracking. So in the meantime, let's talk about the movie that is coming out in a week's time, and that is Supergirl. Liz, you and John, yourself, and I believe you have all gotten our early Amazon Prime screening tickets. So we're all going to be
my
seeing
Amazon
it.
Prime screening tickets, but
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, well, just Liz and I then.
Yes.
Liz and I have.
No, I did not get an Amazon Prime screaming. I am just with the regular plebs seeing the first showing on Thursday.
I have a fan screening through AMC. I don't know if I have.
Oh, I see. Are they doing a separate one? Because what's the date on yours? Because mine is.
Mine's on the Wednesday.
And also let everybody know what theater you guys are going to too. What the fuck, you guys? What like?
I'm sorry,
I'll be seeing it. I'm seeing it on Thursday. I'm seeing the first showing of the day on Thursday when it comes out.
I was like, I'm not gonna let you guys know what theater
generic.
I'm going
There
to.
are many AMC's across
there's
the country.
many AMC.
I'm just fucking with you guys.
It is funny because I was
but yes, we all have our tickets.
I was wearing a shirt for my personal channel that kind of let people know where I live, so I was like, let me cover that. So I was like, yeah, let's not have that and people fucking dox me.
I'm pretty sure we have doxed you on the show before.
Yeah,
you're okay.
It's okay. They don't know specifically where I am, so let's keep it that way.
I think I'm seeing it on Wednesday too, and
I definitely couldn't get the Amazon Prime screening for fucking Spider-Man. I wasn't sitting right next to the theater, right next to the screen. I'm not that fucking stupid. I would need another set of these if that's the case.
I think I got mine off it was Fandango because you go through Fandango.
Yeah, it's a partnership with Fandango.
Verification thing. Is it? No. You know what I'm confusing it with? It was Amazon Prime was Spider-Man. Brand New Day is doing the Amazon Prime screening. God, I bought like 4 different early screening things
Amazon
today.
and Fandango have a partnership for it. If you're a Prime member, you can get the early screening with Fandango. So it is all connected. You're not far off. You're okay.
All right. So I'm going to an AMC. Yes, I'm going to an AMC. It's not costing me any money because the A-list. Yay! I'm sure it's the same for you guys. But cool. All right. Yeah. Amazon Prime early screening. Fancy. Yeah. Yeah.
Sam,
thank you.
I have been seeing them past few weeks actually. So.
Yeah. Well, let's
they did that. They did that with Superman as well. They had Superman shirts as well, and I got one of those. Yes. So it's cool. But again,
and
speaking of the marketing, here we go.
Fucking,
I think it's cute. This is cute.
This is cool. Although, New York hasn't approved the Waymo, so like there's a bunch of Waymos driving around New York, but there's actually people inside driving them because like they're not technically approved to operate without people. But hey, the ad looks nice. I'm sure if you're out in the Bay Area, you could take in Waymo to go places, or Austin. There's a few cities around the country. Prime Day Little Caesars Pizza. I did not know that was a thing.
Oh.
This looks cool. Is there a driver in there? No, that's not. Okay.
Remember, Little Caesars, they're hot and ready. Are they good? No, they're just hot and ready.
Yeah, there's a reason a whole pizza costs $5. Because
you
that's
can
how much
buy
because the ingredients cost
that's more
50 cents.
expensive and better than that. So,
I mean, look, most pizza companies, like the margins are high because the ingredients cost a fraction of what you get the pizza for. That's how it doesn't matter if it's a big branded one or not. But anyway, it's economies of scale, if anything. Hey, that's a cool French poster.
Yeah.
This looks like they kind of cropped into the Chinese poster. Remember one with Lobo in the background? Hold on, I'll find it. Because this literally looks like they took that artwork. Okay.
The French don't get good posters. Fuck the French. So, it's...
No, but remember the other day they had a Supergirl poster that you really loved.
For France's standards, that is a pretty good poster.
Wow, we're
Sure.
just all like, that's great.
Fuck France. Okay,
I was
France
just in
hates
France. I
literally
sent you guys
everyone.
pictures of their
okay?
posters,
I
so
think
this is a
the
good poster
relationship is
comparatively.
balanced, all right, France hates everyone. Everyone hates France. It's an equal footing. Fuck France. What did they
Look,
ever
this
do?
all I was saying is this is the same pose from that other poster.
And this is a way better poster. So
yeah, because you get like planets and like more colors, but like, hey, cool.
I dig this one. I think this is fine. Good job.
it's okay.
You know,
It's
usually
Good job.
yeah.
1st July. They're getting it a few days later than we are. Okay, so they gotta wait an extra week in France for this. Good luck with that, man.
Oh no. Anyway, wee baguette. Crypto Superdog gets even more screen time than Supergirl, including a fetch scene in space, which we saw in the first trailer, I believe. First or second trailer, I forget. One of the
Yeah,
trailers
so we saw a little bit of it, but so people released, you know, they got the exclusive here. So this is the clip. I don't know if you can. Yeah, so we don't need to like watch the whole thing, but basically it's more of that whole sequence probably from the beginning of the movie because Superman's like, "Hey, it's your birthday week. Happy birthday. When are you coming back? You know, have fun. Don't have too much fun." It's like, you know, he's sort of like that older cousin trying to like, because he obviously we've seen a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's that whole thing of like, you know, he's a little concerned about her, but he doesn't want to be like overreaching because, you know, he's not like,
what? I have no. What?
What are you talking about? John just hates that they pretend to be inside boxes when he tries to talk to him.
It's a mime joke. That was so bad, I think it gave me cancer.
I'm lost. Anyway, I was just talking about how, you know, I like the dynamic with Superman.
That might be the worst joke I've ever heard, and I've seen Thor: Love and Thunder. That's saying something.
Come on. Stop doing that.
Okay.
Stop doing that.
Talking about Supergirl, like nobody gives a shit about mimes. Go to France. Like again, I really like that dynamic between Superman and Supergirl, and like the older cousin, younger cousin thing. And this featurette here again talks
cute.
more about that. It's because like Kara clearly isn't somebody who's into the idea of being Supergirl per se, and Clark, you know, clearly, you know, is trying to have her be more like him, but they have two very different, you know, upbringings, as it were. So I know, Liz, what are your thoughts? How are you like taking all this like footage with Superman being, it looks like we're gonna get plenty of Superman in the movie. It might just be like the beginning of the film, but then also remember in Peacemaker they retconned it, so Supergirl was in the Justice Gang when they show up to help out Peacemaker. So it's like she's been doing the Supergirl thing for a while, but maybe just not embracing it, like when she goes on this trip.
Yeah,
especially.
I'm a little torn. I was torn when they introduced Jason Momoa as Lobo because I was concerned that he was going to kind of take over the film, but as we've heard, he's only in it for about 15%. I'm hoping the same is with David Cornyn's Sweat Superman, because I really would like, it's a singular female hero character. I would like her to have her own standalone film. I appreciate that we need to, you know, make the connection from Superman into this film, and then hopefully they'll come together later on in some other productions. But I'm hoping that for the majority of it is Millie Alcott, it is Kara, it is her Supergirl, and that's what I want to see. As much as I love David, as much as I'm looking forward to, again, you know, their dynamic, I want this to be her film.
Yeah, I would love to see if Ma and Pa can't run across Kara and how that interaction goes. That would be really, really cute. I can't imagine. I'm just waiting for Man of Tomorrow to like that be when we get to see Kara interact with Ma and Pa Kent in Smallville on their farm. Yeah, it does look like the movie still focuses mostly on Millie Alcock's like Supergirl and Kara's journey. But James Gunn posted this featurette kind of talking again about this idea of like Supergirl and Superman are two very different characters, and they're trying to show that distinction as much as possible in the movie, that they have two very different perspectives on things, and you can kind of see that dynamic, and it's not like Supergirl is just a derivative of Superman, which is, I think, the perfect way to position her for success. So yeah, and then Millie Alcock has been getting a lot of praise in the reviews we talked about yesterday. So overall, it looks like the movie it looks like there's a lot of good action in the movie, and it's an hour 50 minutes, so it will fly by you. So that's good. But let's keep, John, there's a Lobo thing. I'm sure Liz is going to be excited about this. There's a new Lobo promo that they released. I feel like they're giving away most of his stuff in the trailers, but I'm fine
Yeah,
with that.
that's what I'm feeling. Like, why are we doing this? Again, I appreciate that they're using him and his star power and you know, the appeal to the Momoa fans to try to get more butts in seats. I get that, but
Yeah.
I feel like you're doing that and you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You're gonna piss off a lot of people being like, what the fuck? I thought he was in this movie and he's in it for 5 seconds. So
Yeah,
we'll
well,
see
the
if it pays
social media
off. I don't know.
reactions, like the social media reactions were pretty positive though. They were saying like Lobo is the man, or like, you know, Momoa is Lobo. So as long as people don't expect him to be like one of the leads in the film, which I don't think most people, at least who are aware of this story or that this movie is based on, but that's probably still a minority of the audiences. We'll get the review embargo lifted on Wednesday, so we'll figure out like what most critics are thinking, like with their full scale, you know, wholesale thoughts on the film. But yeah, no, we don't have the context of the scenes, but it does. And like I said, he might be in more of the movie than we think. So at 15%, depending on how you spread it out, could be, you know, like across the movie. So like he might show up in some important sequences throughout the film. So anyway, but John, all of that kind of leads us into talking about what we promised at the very beginning of the show, which is this is a report coming to us from Puck News, Matthew Bellany, who's a very reputable reporter. And so Comic Book Movie kind of picked this up because the everything in the Puck is kind of behind a paywall. So the folks over at comicbookmovie.com kind of picked that up and you know, to give us easier access to this reporting from Matthew Bellany, who talked about how, according to the latest tracking for Supergirl's opening weekend, remember we talked about initially the numbers were going to be like, you know, 47 to 60 million, then they were looking at 60 to 77 million. Now it looks like the numbers are coming back down and dropping and kind of closer to the Flash's ballpark, which was 55 million that it debuted in 2023. So maybe this is a reflection of pre-sales data. We thought the pre-sales were going pretty well, but John, if you scroll down in this article, you know, as opposed to Superman, which opened to 125 million domestically, and I believe it would open to like 200 plus worldwide, it looks like Supergirl is not going to be off to as big of a start. I think if you keep scrolling down here, they actually have the tweet from Matthew Bellany, and if you could click into it, because he quotes NRG, which is a very reputable, you know, research, the national research group. There's more than one NRG company in the U.S., but the National Research Group is like not an outlet, but they're a research organization that most movie studios and theaters rely on for reporting data on sales and stuff, and like they use that to sell advertising, you know, for stuff that you see before a movie plays, stuff like that. So they do a lot of research and they provide a lot of the data to movie studios and movie distributors and movie theaters. So they're reputable. So when it comes from them, you know, the information is accurate. So Matthew Bellany talking about per NRG, pre-release tracking for Superman has come down again, now sitting at around 51 million domestic for the 3-day opening. Superman debuted 225 million last summer on much larger production and marketing budget. What are your reactions? Because 51 million is, well, you know, less than half of Superman. It is significantly lower than what we were talking about a week or two ago. Liz, do you think this is a good number? This is just a domestic number, so the international will be, you know, on top of it. But 51 million isn't, like, Toy Story is coming out to 160 to 70 million right now. So,
I mean, I don't know. We've been back and forth on this, you know, the whole time, right? Like it's hard to gauge, again, because heaven forbid a woman get her own film, a woman does anything, heaven forbid a woman leaves the house and fucking exists. But so I really don't know. And again, we've been talking about how they've really been, you know, upping the marketing, but as you're saying, they're doing that as out of necessity, not necessarily as encouraging, that, you know, for what the numbers may end up being. So I don't know. Again, we all have tickets to it. We all are interested in seeing it. Hopefully everybody here in the chat is going to go see it in theaters. I can't really, I hope it does well, but I certainly don't expect it to do Superman well, you know, so that's where I'm at with that.
So John, what are your thoughts? I mean, because we've been talking about this pretty consistently, and 51 million certainly is like one of the lowest numbers we've looked at so far, and it's coming, you know, in light of pre-sale data. So.
But to be fair, there's also the idea of like, oh, not everyone goes in for pre-sale stuff. Like, because with like something like Spider-Man and the Odyssey, those are really big directors or a lot bigger characters, so those pre-sales they've gone just like that. Supergirl isn't as widely well known. The DCU isn't like this huge thing just yet. So they have like Creature Commandos and Peacemaker season 2, which were both TV shows that nobody really knows exists, or were mixed to negative. And then Superman is the only thing. And, with the controversy surrounding this movie, that maybe might impede it a little bit. But remember, this is like, we're technically, we are at the Incredible Hulk in the DCU if we are comparing it to MCU stuff. This is still in its infancy, so, but it's just like, the problem is the landscape is so very different from when the MCU started versus when the DCU is starting. Like, so more social media, more this, that, and the other thing, more marketing. Superheroes are big now. You could make the argument that superhero movies are past their prime. So, it's just a different landscape and a lot of different factors that may account for the fact that, it's doing lesser numbers. It's sandwiched in between two big 4-quadrant movies. So it's just, that's kind of what it is. And that's what it is. But people will say, oh, it's actually because she's a woman and she might be gay, so that's apparently why the movie failed. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did just update my tickets, so I am going to be seeing it Wednesday night with y'all, so that I can join you on the show after, and we can all talk about it together. Yay!
Nice. I love it. Love it. Yeah, look, 51 million, it wouldn't be bad. And look, the social media reactions were pretty positive. Like I mentioned, like you said, John, it's still early days. Now, when the DCEU started, you could say Man of Steel had a higher box office than Superman, and then the next movie was Suicide Squad and made over 700 million. But that was like a different time. That was like peak MCU.
Next was BVS and then Suicide Squad.
Oh, right. And then BVS did make like almost 900 million. So, like, the DCEU got off to a more prolific start, but also you got to imagine the larger, the macro environment, both at the box office and the world.
No matter what,
very different.
This movie could make a fucking $1 billion, and like people would still, it's a flop.
Well,
it didn't work.
No, but like, I'm not talking about like the small bubbles online. Those people will always complain. I'm talking about if it did make $1 billion, you can't argue that the movie was not successful, but it's not going to. It doesn't look like it, at least. I mean, I hope it does, but 400 million, I think, would be successful. 400 million is like, even 300 million, DC will, 400 million, they're popping bottles. 300 million, they're like, we got our money back. We made some on top of it. And then I'm sure post-theatrical, they'll make the rest of that money back. I'm sure the merch will sell well. I just wanted to kind of quickly do a little bit of math before we finish up today, because I think it's important we talked about in context of Minions and Monsters is set to open to like $100 million or more in its opening weekend, current projections, which comes out a week after Supergirl. We just talked about Toy Story and how Toy Story is set to open to about 160 to 170 million. So I just did some rough, back of napkin paper math or whatever. And basically, if you split the difference on the projections for Toy Story's opening weekend, 165 million, because they're saying 160 to 170 million. Usually for a movie of this scale that opens to over 100 million, you could expect a 60% drop. Sometimes it could be less, could be more. But, if it opens to this much in its opening weekend, that means a lot of people that wanted to go see it did go see it in its opening weekend. So I figured 60% drop is a fair number. It could be lower, it could be higher. And if you did have a 60% drop in its second weekend, Toy Story would end up making 66 million in its second weekend, which, that's not a bad number. Like 66 million is really, really good. But where that's problematic is when you look at that and you compare it to that second weekend of Toy Story would be Supergirl's first weekend. And if Supergirl is projected to make 51 million, I put asterisks next to all the numbers because these aren't confirmed, but they're projections. So 51 million would mean that Supergirl would be opening to second in its opening weekend. Like, Supergirl's not even going to top the box office in its opening weekend because it's squashed between two really big movies. Toy Story 5, even if it drops 60% in the second weekend, from 165 million would be 66 million. And that would mean the 51 million projection for Supergirl would put it in second at the box office. That to me is a little more worrying than even the idea of like where it opens, because then Toy Story 5 doesn't go away in its third weekend, and then Minions comes in on top. Supergirl will continue to drop. So this is where I think if you go back to the article for a moment, John in comicbookmovie.com, they do mention in this article, yeah, I do have very fancy napkins, thank you. They talk about like the overall run prediction. So I'm just going to read this out. So if you pause where you are, John. Supergirl sits somewhere between Master of the Universe and The Mandalorian and Grogu right now in terms of what they're predicting. Actually, no, between the Marvels and the Flash in terms of its overall run at the box office in the US. 121 million to 163 million over the course of his lifetime in the US. So they're saying if it debuts to 51 million, it's going to max out at 163 million. And then you add on whatever it does internationally, which, remember, Superman underperformed internationally. So there's every bit of chance that this might have a similar performance, given that it's another super character with the same iconography. So I think the saving grace for the movie would be that if indeed the budget was like 135 million, I think was like the closest number we got in terms of what James Gunn did not deny or say this is outlandish. So if it was made for 135 million and they spent, let's say, 50 million marketing it, I'm just throwing numbers out there, 163 domestic plus let's add another 100 or so international means it may break even. It may, like, it's just on the low end, this movie could be a flop. Because The Flash was a flop, but The Flash was made for a lot more money. The Marvels was made for a lot more money.
And it was also like a fucking $1 billion budget and reshoots and marketing, and that's what it amounted to.
And you know what? I don't think the marketing has been the problem with Supergirl. I think they're doing a great job with the marketing. Like they're trotting the cast out all over the world. They've been in Rio. They were in. I think they were like some of them were in Mexico. They're definitely going all over the world now. They're in London. I don't know if they're gonna end up like going to other parts of Europe or maybe to Asia, but they're certainly gonna be all over the U.S. Like James Gunn even has taken time out of his busy Man of Tomorrow shooting schedule to promote the movie, even though he's not at a lot of these press tours. But I don't know what else you can do. It's just, I think ultimately it's limited by where it sits in the summer release schedule, and it's also because it's the first Supergirl movie in like 30 years. The last one nobody remembers, and it's still a young cinematic universe. Like I feel like this might be like, if there's lessons learned because the movie doesn't do well, it will be because maybe they went with it a little too early. And taking a risk this early in the cinematic universe before you had a more established foundation, or they'll look at it and be like, the critics' reviews were great, the audiences loved it, so even if the box office underperformed, it gives us hope for the future, because like Master of the Universe, maybe the box office doesn't matter so much. They'll still do a sequel. Because we know Supergirl's going to show up in Man of Tomorrow next year. So I'm thinking this, like, it's not all doom and gloom, and we're going to be talking about it next Wednesday, but fingers crossed, it could still overperform. Who knows? Like, I think the highest number we have seen for opening weekend is 77 million. I think that would be a good start. But 51 million feels a little low. So let's see what happens. Anyway, yeah. Fancy napkin math. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I mean, it's still all predictions. Hey, my cat is trying to get into my food. No, Georgie. Okay. Anyway, anything you guys want to add to that? I feel like
not really. I think that was a good breakdown.
Yeah. All right, cool.
I just hope it does well, just to pwn the douchebags, but it looks like that might not be the case. But can't win them all.
Well, you got to remember though, like those are mostly like small circles online that still represent the minority of the general movie-going audience. So maybe there's a chance that if the movie has good word of mouth, like the thing with Master of the Universe that probably killed its box office more than anything was the B Cinema score, because that just meant most people going in thought it was like okay, like, and that means less repeat business. And I think if Supergirl's cinema score is higher, then that means even if the opening weekend isn't as good, like you said, John, maybe the movie has legs and maybe it continues to do well. And
Millie Alcock has legs. Hey-o.
Hey, but not like them John Bernthal legs. That's what Liz is dreaming about right now.
I mean, the John Bernthal everything.
Let us know if you get the tickets to his Broadway show.
I'm probably gonna pursue it right after this. I'm gonna see what I haven't had a chance to look at my schedule, but if I can make it happen, I'm gonna make it happen.
All right. Okay. Well, on that note, I think we're going to wrap things up for the day and for the week because, you guys voted for FIFA World Cup star biopics and I just didn't have time to work on that today. So I'm making an executive decision and we're not doing that today. I'll probably do it over the weekend. I'll probably do either a live show or a pre-recorded one. Don't worry. You guys voted for it. So we will do that. John, I don't know if you're able to pull up. I don't know if you're able to pull up the Tier List Tuesday poll, but I did put the link up in the chat at the start of the show. So we do have the Tier List Tuesday poll up. And we have options there for Tier List Tuesday. And there are a few good options there. Also, I'm working currently on the Mount Rushmore Monday poll. So that's going to have Western films, time travel movies, movie speeches, and then I'm missing like a fourth option.
Ooh,
so
I'll
put that in
movies.
there.
Hell yes.
Yeah, we were blanking a week ago on options for that, but I feel like there's like a million of them, like from Terminator to Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, John Carter, Avengers.
Yeah.
You've got a lot out there.
Oh yeah, John Carter.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Does
it
count
is
as time travel.
Star Trek.
About that. I think most people forgot John Carter existed. Oops.
Which is such a shame. Poor Taylor Kitsch. Oh my god.
I think he's doing okay, right? He's probably like.
But he should be doing better. We wronged.
He just had a
Taylor
new
Kitsch.
movie come out. It's just I loved his best movie was Battleship. Same as Rihanna's best movie. So Battleship is amazing. Go back and watch Battleship.
You are incorrect. His best movie was John Carter. I saw it 3 times. I loved that movie.
John is laughing because John just saw the results of the Tier List Tuesday poll right now so far. We have 4 options, everybody, for Tier List Tuesday. Since it will be,
glad Despicable Me and Minions movies is in fucking last place. Thank fucking God. Maybe you guys do have a fucking brain cell.
Yeah, I mean, look, Despicable, because the new Minions movie is coming out soon. I figured we could rank those. This is the 7th movie in that franchise.
I saw the first 2, and that's it.
There shouldn't be any more than 1, for fuck's sakes. And same thing with Despicable Me. Stop it already. I can't.
I will say
it's been mixed, but I'm not going to be happy about it, and I don't think it's necessary. But I'll fucking see it.
So comic movie soundtracks was like the bridesmaid in last week's poll, so we brought it back. And then there's 2 new options. 10 things we got before GTA 6. That's winning right now.
You guys are so annoying.
Yeah,
because like John was like, it says so many things, and then DCU movies and shows so far. Which I suppose, like, if we do it next Tuesday, we haven't seen Supergirl by then, so that would be interesting. Maybe we can figure out a way to make that work, but. I would love to have Supergirl be part of that.
Because there's only 3 things right now, so I don't know how the fuck that's gonna make a tier list. But
no, but Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker season 2. Is that it? Is that really it?
That's it. There's 3 things. Soon to be 4.
Soon to be 4. All right. Well, it'll be interesting. Maybe we can count those crypto shorts because those are technically
yeah.
You know, look, those animated crypto shorts are a thing. There's been 2 of them or 3. There you go. We'll count them individually. Then we're there. I mean, I don't think we need to worry about it though because I bet you GTA 6 is gonna win, and then it will be just John ranting our way through.
I'm not gonna be ranting. I'm just I like GTA. I'm not gonna get GTA 6 because I don't like what Rockstar has been doing, and I don't like their age verification crap and all that. But it looks like a fun game. Yeah. Maybe I'll get it when it's like $1 on Steam, like 3 years from now.
Do you guys agree? Because technically, Blue Beetle is gonna get retconned into the DCU. Maybe that counts, and then by virtue of that, the Suicide Squad would count as well as the Peacemaker season 1, because they're technically part of the DCU, right? They're like retconned into the DCU continuity, so. Those would be all part of that ranking then, even though they're technically were not for the DCU anyway. Okay, cool. Tier List Tuesday. We'll figure it out. I'll put up the Mount Rushmore Monday poll tomorrow, and then we'll see on Monday. We'll see what's winning, and then you guys make sure to tell us what your Mount Rushmore choices will be, so that we can put them into the segment. Time travel movies or Western should win. Those were robbed last week.
Come on, we got to talk about Hot Tub Time Machine, gang. Let's go.
Like, John was all happy to talk about Westerns, and then somebody went in and
John Carter
for
is a time-traveling Western. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah.
It's not really a Western, though.
Yeah.
It is a Western.
He
It's-
looks.
it's a
Yeah,
I
he
guess
goes
it's
and
a
gets
space
gold.
western, but
He gets
like,
gold out of the desert, John. He was a fucking
I don't
miner.
know. I fucking never watched the stupid fucking movie.
Well, that's
like-
your fault. It's not a bad movie. It's a good one.
I
Check
know
it
it's
out.
probably not that bad. Andrew Stanton directed
It was
That
really
was
good.
his
And
one
it was the
live-action
only. It's
movie,
probably one of
man.
the only 3D films I actually enjoyed.
It actually deserved a lot better than it got at the box office. I hear that
Thank
Bob
you, Gunn.
Iger really, buried that movie so he can go buy Lucasfilm because that was around the same time. They spent like $300 million making that shit. Like it's a travesty how John Carter was mistreated as a franchise.
Well, it also didn't help
Thank
that
you.
like John Carter got ripped
Possibly.
off into so many other IPs.
Oh, yes.
mainly Star Wars. So
Oh
like,
yeah,
when
like
people,
but
like-
George Lucas ripped off like a million other things too.
yeah,
we
he
talked-
ripped off
yeah.
Flash Gordon. He ripped off
Yeah.
Western films, samurai
Foundation.
films,
He ripped off
Foundation,
like Isaac Asimov
like Dune.
stuff.
Like he ripped off
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
I'm watching Foundation's latest season right now. It's pretty epic. I love that show, man. Jared Harris is fantastic.
Yeah, Andrew Stanton has been a big Pixar. Like he was one of the big guys at Pixar, and then he did like he's like, oh hey, Brad Bird did great work with Mission Impossible. I'm gonna do my own live action movie, and look how that turned out. Poor Andrew Stanton.
What
I think
what
he
did
deserves
direct?
another chance at a live action movie.
What movie did he direct though? What was his?
He directed
live
John
action?
Carter.
Oh, that
Andrew
was
Stanton
him.
directed
Shit.
John Carter,
Oh, I
yeah.
totally forgot that was. Okay. Well, I don't think it was his fault that the movie didn't get.
No, it's not his fault. No. Of course.
Hey, look, we already got ideas for GTA 6. We got Momoa's Lobo for GTA 6. That's true. We'll put that in there.
Yep,
Superman took
did
elements
as
from.
well.
Yeah, they all did. Yeah. And you know what? On that note, I think we should wrap things up because Enterprising is already checking out. Victory Mind, keeping Supergirl hopes alive. No rants today. I've been waiting to use that new rant intro we picked up for John. We'll have to
Imagine
wait
if
for
I
that.
just never do
We had
another
a
rant.
mini rant. Maybe
like-
we should have a mini rant little thing as well. We had a mini, just a little.
Oh yeah,
baby
just a
rant.
mini.
We had a baby rant.
Okay, it's happening.
Okay.
That's
It's like
and
a
then
quick
John-
thing and then that's it.
Oh my god, it's happening. Just fucking calm down. It's calm the
say
fuck
fucking.
down.
You
Anyway.
can't say fucking.
I know. He's like, calm the bleep down. It's and anyway, it's
Anyway.
Yeah,
Sky is
that's the
falling.
big one. That's the big one we got before GTA 6. We got a Knicks
Knicks won a
championship
title.
before GTA
That's actually
6.
Let's go.
we got Jake. Is it Jake? What was his name? No, it was what was the what was Patterson?
I know this will never happen, but just fucking imagine, like, because it comes out in November. Imagine if like the Mets won the World Series the same year the Knicks won a championship. Like that would be insane. That's not gonna happen, but that would be insane if it fucking did.
I should have gotten that community. That's not in the rant intro. Maybe we'll put an update. Yeah, we didn't need it, but we got it. Yeah, that's true. All right. Okay. On that note, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday.
Bye-bye.
Another project that's been blessed from the beginning.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see
Right there.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here. Now you want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts. Here we go.
Victory mine. Ask me how am I doing? I'm telling you, really, I'm doing sublime. I never wait in a stewardess line. I just go do it. I'm moving my time. Really had nothing to do with it. How am I moving? I'm moving like you wanna shine. Follow my lead. Don't listen to lies. I had to put me all on the line. That's why I know that victory's mine.
I prefer Jared Leto.
And fuck Tom King and David Ellison and Jeff Snyder, especially when he wears that ugly ass tank top. Get out of here. Get out of here.